Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nintendo Prime Podcast Season 2, Episode 67. We got this episode and two more left in Season 2, rebooting with Season 3 with the first episode of next month. How's everyone doing today? We're going to have a killer show. We got a couple big topics, and then we'll do a Q&A as always. You can super chat in your Q&A questions if you want. You can also change my username for $2 super chat. I don't know about anybody else. That's up to them. Beyond all of that, I also want to say that because they're just sitting in front of me, any $10 and $20 super chats, we'll just have some fun. We'll just have some fun. At least I'll have some fun. This is
I wish I would have known in advance.
I got to get rid of these. They were supposed to be gone days ago. They're still here. So, if we get $10 super chats, we'll get I'll get bricked up, and then I'll do that on top. Okay, we'll make it extra special.
All right,
you're kinky.
There's some kinky in there. Yes, there is. There's some Fireball. There's some Bacardi. There's a rum. I don't know. It's a hodgepodge.
Oh, dude, I thought there was like gift cards. I literally didn't know what you were holding up.
You thought that was gift cards?
Yes, dude. From my, you're like so tiny in my thing. Those look like you're holding out like a wallet of like.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
I might just be blind, but yeah.
No, that's my job.
So we got a pretty packed panel today. No Andres restart today. He is going to go ahead and take some time and spend with his dad watching the Miami Heat.
Nice.
Yeah. I can be watching the Bucks and Brewers. I'm just kidding. It's my show. I have to be here. All right. Nobody else has to show up but me. Someday there'll be a podcast episode where I'm the only one that shows up, and I'll be like, well, hi, everyone. We'll try to make this different than my normal stream. Let's Nate, what have you been playing lately? All right. So,
me. I'm the fill-in.
Yeah, but it'll be a time that no one else shows up, and then you're busy, and I'll be, oh, geez, that'll be my luck. All right, let's go around and start the show the way we start every single episode in Season 2. But what have we been playing lately? Let's go all the way down, the furthest away from me, Mr. Mike Odyssey. What have you been playing lately? But and who the hell are you? Because I don't know who you are.
Who the heck am I? I am Mike Odyssey. Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. You wonder what the squad.
I haven't heard that in a long time. Is that retired?
I'm actually rewriting it. Making it more like I wanted to sound like a WWE entrance video.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'm having the song rewritten and then performed by a rock band, like really cool. So that the new intro for the Mike Odyssey show is gonna be like that, and then I'm gonna be walking down the aisle like that in the green screen, but the WWE entrance with my belt and everything.
That's gonna be cool, Mike.
Yeah, I don't have the budget for that. I'm just.
I think you're been watching a little too much WrestleMania lately.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this WrestleMania was the best of ever.
Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah. I'm happy with the. I wasn't on board until The Rock came in and made it better, and then all right, they deserve the whole thing, so it's good. But the question, who am I? I'm Mike Odyssey. I have a channel somewhere around the YouTube sphere, and it's there. What I've been playing, I've been getting ready. This week I've been getting ready because I'm gonna start streaming Wind Waker. I have my setup with the Wii U here and everything. Testing out Pretendo and everything because I'm kind of supportive of Pretendo. They're doing a good job there, kind of keeping the vibe alive with the Wii U, and hopefully, I don't know, something come up in that atmosphere where a third-party company can take over the streaming servers for an old console and allow them to, continue living. That could be a good thing. But I'm getting ready for that, and of course, getting ready. Getting the studio ready for the new show. But that's what I've been doing lately.
Nice. All right, let's go right above you to Sabrina. Saffron City TV's back. How we doing? Who are you? And what have you been playing lately?
I'm Sabrina. Channel name is Saffron City TV. Recently, what I've been doing is I just put out a really big video, so that took me 3 months to make. And now that I'm not working on a 4-hour long video, I have been taking it easy. I have been slow ride. Like, it has been a nice break, and in the interim, I decided to do something that I don't normally do. And in my free time, I decided to check out a new app game. Yeah, I don't usually play mobile games, like,
Mm.
almost at all. I do Pokemon Sleep just because I like being able to track my sleep, and it's kind of fun. But outside of that, I don't do app games, but I thought it would be fun to give Fire Emblem Heroes a try, and I say
Ooh.
really addicting. It is fun.
Mhm.
Um and, I'm just trying to broaden my horizons on Fire Emblem because I fell in love with it very recently, and, yeah, I want to play more Fire Emblem, but in the meantime, outside of that, I do Pokemon stuff, and I've been doing so much Pokemon lately that I just need a break, so Fire Emblem Heroes is what I've been doing recently, as well as I think this week I'm gonna try to build a Gundam, a gigantic master grade Gundam, and so that is gonna be in the works for this week if I can fit it into my spare time.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and go over to, you know what, Eric, you're just kind of sitting there. What have you been playing lately?
I'm currently playing Tears of the Kingdom.
And who are you?
Heck yeah.
I'm Eric. I'm just here.
I'm just here. He's literally right now. He can hold up his Switch and show you maybe.
Listen,
Yeah.
wait. When Eric says currently, is he playing
Right
it right now in the podcast?
Right this sec- yeah, that's right.
I'm finishing up one quest and then I'm done.
Yeah, he's just trying to shut up at the beginning of the show. We all know what's going on.
I talked already.
Did you get all the wells done?
Yes.
Oh, baby.
my
Yeah.
Wells are done. I am in the middle of quest hunting now. So
Heck yeah. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and hop on down to Nintendo Talk and Animal Crossing 2026. So first off, who the hell are you? What are you play?
It's gonna happen, dude. No, I'm Patrick from Nintendo Talk. I've been playing, of course, very manly games. Super Princess Peach, Showtime. It was good. I thought it was a good game. I feel like the demo did not do that game justice. Like when I played the demo, I was like, this is like a baby game. And then when I beat it, I was like, this is a cool baby game. Like, I don't know. The demo was kind of weird for that. And then I'm randomly playing Let's Go Eevee. Anyone remember this controller?
I have one. Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
do. And I lost the Mew I had on it
Yeah, that's
Dang it.
How did you lose the Mew?
because I restarted the game and totally forgot that the Mew was in the controller.
Yeah, you can only do it once, right?
Yep, you sure
Fuck.
can. I'm so jealous.
Fuck.
But yeah, I do still have it. So
Yeah.
yay, I wish I had it with me.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Cool.
Heck yeah. Let's hop on over to Jake Randall, Mr. All Bricked Up. Who the hell are you and what have you been playing?
What the fuck is up, YouTube? It's your boy, the 2-inch destroyer. And I really haven't been playing shit, to be honest. I played those games 2 weeks ago, those party games. I forget what it was called now. Do you remember the one? Oh, What the Dub. What the Dub.
Yeah.
Which was so much, it sounds fun, but it's so much more fun than it actually like sounds. It's such a good game. It's only $8 on the eShop, so if you have any friends at all, you should get it.
Nope.
And did someone say no?
that would be me.
It does.
What are
Kinda like
friends?
that timing, Eric. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet.
All right. Let's see here. Let's go on over to Thunder Steve 85. Who the hell are you and what have you been playing lately?
What's up, guys? I'm a self-proclaimed lifelong gamer. What have I been playing lately? Well, first off, I have a channel on YouTube, of course, Thunder Steve 85 Gaming. I've been playing a lot, guys. I got sucked in, and I knew I would. I just didn't know that it would go to the extent that it has with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like my life has stopped for this game. It's been wild, but it's been a great time. I put in like well over 200 hours on the game
Wow,
since
that's
it
awesome.
came out. I just played through Contra Shattered Soldier for the first time in over 20 years. I'll be reviewing that. Planning to start Princess Peach Showtime. That's next up. I'm working on editing a video where I unbox about 90 games
Dang.
It's
Okay.
it's
So
insane.
you've just been like really relaxed and not busy at all. Huh?
Holy shit, dude! I know. I got you guys know that company Nixie that made the Wizard
Yep.
controller for the
Oh
Switch?
yeah, that
Yep.
Chinese company or whatever.
Yeah, they reached out to me and sent me some controllers to review. So I'm working on that. I'm gonna try and play it with Peach.
That's
And
the
I got
one.
another company that sent me a gaming projector to review.
Is that the one that looks like the GameCube controller, but with another name?
Yeah, I have one over in my office, and then I got this one right here that
Yeah.
is
Ooh.
like RGB lights up
That's
and all
dope.
this stuff.
Yeah, they just sent me
That's
that one too.
cool.
in
Okay,
black.
yeah. So I have the Wizard one. I had bought that just myself when it came
Uh-huh.
out maybe a year ago because I actually liked it. And so when they reached out to me, I was like, "Oh, cool! I actually like you guys. So this is nice. You're gonna give me some free stuff."
They sent me
So been busy.
They sent me the Wizard in black and silver and in purple. And last year for me to do a review and haven't done it yet.
You haven't done it yet?
No.
Oh man.
And then they sent me the same one, but now you can actually detach. You can add it to your the one you have there. The last one.
Yeah.
They looked at the same ones, but with different names.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Odd.
Interesting, right?
Heck yeah.
Very odd.
They rebranded the controller, maybe.
Yeah, maybe this one's called the Hyperion
Mhm.
Pro, and I know they had a model before called the Hyperion,
Yeah.
and I was doing a side by side to figure out what the differences were, and I couldn't really find any differences.
Of course you can.
So I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, man. That's what I've been up to. Super
Awesome.
busy. It's been fun.
So this is the one that you-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me see. What have I been playing lately? Well, let's see. I've been working on Age of Empires 4. After all, we built the streaming PC, but hey, look, it can game too, all right. So nice that I can run that game when my laptop couldn't. So I was having some fun just redoing the campaign. Well, the first campaign that I did, I've already done before. Now I'm ready to move on to some campaigns I haven't done. So it's gonna be fun, and then I'll probably eventually do some multiplayer with it. A little bit of Madden, only one game because my league apparently is dying, but I did win. So I mean, look, a dub's a dub. I'll take it any day of the week. And then on Switch, I didn't do a whole lot. I've been playing a little bit of Fortnite on it lately, which I know isn't like the greatest thing to be playing. But I also played a little bit of Mario Galaxy as well from 3D All Stars. Been a while since I played that one. Found out that I really do not like that game with the Pro Controller at all. Joy-Cons are fine. Pro Controller, no. Because they make you use the right stick to move the cursor around. Oh no, they still make you use the motion control. And like I'm trying to like motion control the whole controller while doing things. When on Wii it was split.
Oh yeah.
One and move with the other. So it's fine if you're using split Joy-Cons because they basically just mimic the Wii. But yeah, I don't like the way it is. Maybe there's a way in the settings to change it. I don't know. I haven't figured it out, but I might finish that one up on my own because that's just long.
Nate, I think there might be a way so it like auto picks up star bits, but I can't remember.
I think there is.
I do know that I 100% completed Galaxy on Switch, and then to 100% it, you have to beat it with Mario.
Yeah.
And then beat it with Luigi to unlock the last level. You have to 100% it with both characters to actually 100% it. I remember I did it, but I don't remember which control layout I used.
Yeah.
Now that you say that.
Yeah, I obviously off the top of my head, I have no idea. But I'll look through the settings or something.
Because to 100%, you have to get like the maximum amount of stars on like all the super hard levels. So I remember some of them, like the end ones, especially with Luigi because he's so slippery, like being really hard to do. And now I can't remember at all if I did it with Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller.
I will say I am reminded how good Galaxy is, though. It's just a damn.
Oh, dude, when I 100%ed it, I just like fell in love again.
Yeah, the game rocked. I do need Galaxy 2, but sadly, I don't think we're getting Galaxy 2 on Switch, anyways.
Mike over here is proving a point. I think
2 is more than enough. That's all. It's all he's proven. That's all you need. It's not focusing now. So let's go ahead and get into our very first topic because look, it's a bit of a interesting week because the Wii U and 3DS online servers are gone. The official Nintendo ones. Nintendo Network has been shut down. Some people a little more upset than usual because on Nintendo's own website, it says you can maintain access to your DLC and downloads even after the shutdown. But if you have Smash Bros. On 3DS, you cannot download your DLC anymore because it requires you connecting to the eShop, which you can't access. So it's very frustrating for some people in regards to that because it's a broken promise from Nintendo where they didn't actually make sure everything still functioned that they promised would still function. But that being said, it is shut down, and a new network has been around since 2018, so it's not that new. Pretendo Network's been around for a bit. Previously, you could only access it if you had a modified and hacked 3DS and Wii U. Turns out they had a Wii U hack that they've been holding back until the network shut down, so Nintendo couldn't release an update to patch it out. That allows you to just change your DNS settings on Wii U and connect to their network so you can still play all your online matches. You can't use Miiverse, unfortunately. Anything that uses a web browser doesn't work. So the YouTube app doesn't work. Miiverse doesn't work. TV doesn't work. But you can use Miiverse messages in games. Also things like Tingle Bottles and the Wind Waker work and stuff like that. So a lot of that's really cool that at least for like Wii U users that don't want to modify, literally you can just change some DNS settings and still be able to play multiplayer with your friends if they also do it. That being said, obviously, we already knew this was coming. Nintendo announced it a long time ago. So what I really want to focus on instead, well, you know what, actually, first let's talk about like the Pretendo Network. Are you guys happy this thing exists? Like, is it positive for everyone?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
remember,
so. I think it's a net positive.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, probably like 2 years ago. I was talking about I was talking to somebody about what if there was this big company that could just take over the servers from a remote console and still offer at least online capability to a console for people to continue to play, right? And so it's good because it kind of inspires people who don't have a Wii U, buy a used one, get the games and then continue to play online with their friends and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And then I've tested it. It works beautifully. At least what matters, which is playing online with your friends, Mario Kart, and all these games that actually require online play or multiplayer. It actually works pretty good. So I have it. I did the DNS one, and it works pretty good. I'm happy with it.
It's awesome, man. Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I also don't have a Wii U or 3DS anymore and haven't for a long time, sadly.
They're cheap. Man. They're cheap.
I'm sure they're cheap, but
I gotta interrupt you for a second because someone in your chat, and they're a member too. They're saying Wind Waker HD looks ugly.
What?
I might need to lay the smacketh down.
What universe?
I don't think Wind Waker could ever look ugly.
I think you also have a
I
super
don't think any version of Wind Waker can look ugly. Now, I can see
those fighting words.
there's too much bloom, but that still doesn't make the game ugly.
No, Wind Waker has always been a beautiful game, even back in the GameCube days.
You just had to stand up for it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I haven't read the chat yet, so oh boy. Things are getting nasty in the chat right now.
Yeah, come on, chat. Keep it clean. Keep it clean, boys.
All right. So
I'm Daisy now.
Nintendo
the guy says the original looks 1,000% better. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
so he thinks Wind Waker on GameCube looks amazing, but Wind Waker HD looks like trash.
It did look amazing for its time.
Yeah,
it did look amazing.
They both look good. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying the one on GameCube doesn't, but how can you say that one looks good, but the HD version doesn't?
Maybe they just like retro.
It's the same guy. So I just don't get it.
I don't get it. This is why I just don't read the chat. I'm not worried about it.
Sorry, I was starting to go.
Love you
That's
guys.
how Nate feels about you guys. Just so you know.
The chats during the podcast. Look, I'm managing we got 7 people on the total on. I got a lot of things to focus on here. All right. So setting aside Pretendo, what I wanted to kind of do with this topic, because obviously, there's not much to really say about the network shutdown. Sucks, happens. Sort of a modern era gaming thing. This is going to happen to all the networks someday. So what I want to focus on is what are our favorite memories from the Wii U and 3DS, and let's actually start with the least popular platform, the Wii U. What are some of our like favorite games and memories that we have from that particular platform? And I know a lot of those games have come to Switch. I know, I'm aware, but some of us actually played those games back when they actually came out. And there's games still on Wii U that aren't here. Xenoblade Chronicles X. So why don't we start with Eric, which should be pretty simple. There's only really one game you played on it.
What, Mario?
Mario Kart.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ton of Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
You helped me 100% the game.
Yeah.
Yep. And the DLC.
God, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was in that little
Holy
tiny ass
criminy.
apartment back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's literally all we
Yep.
played on Wii U, that one game.
Yep.
And he helped me 100% to his
A
credit.
little bit of whatever Mario one was on there. A little bit of it.
Was it the Mario Bros. U?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you helped me in because I
You and Yulia
you and Yulia, we beat the game,
Yeah.
but I couldn't quite 100% it with
Yeah.
her. And then you came in and stepped in
I
and
think
helped
so,
me
yeah.
finish it off. So
Yeah,
That's
that
right. Eric's a bit of a completionist when he plays games, and if I'm trying to 100% something,
Hey.
he'll make sure it gets 100%ed. It's happening.
you replace a completionist on the channel. And
I
And
know
just-
how you with the 10-foot pole.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what you're doing right now.
yeah,
Obviously.
I'll go next. I remember not having the console and not even knowing it exists until like halfway through its life, and then I heard about the Switch and my life began. So that's basically it.
I too did not have a Wii U. I wanted one because I was almost positive that we were going to get an Animal Crossing game on it because it had
We
been
did.
so
The greatest Animal
long.
Crossing game ever made.
Hold
actually.
on. Hold on. I will get there. But yeah, no, I could have swore that like New Leaf had been out for so long, and I could have swore we were going to get an Animal Crossing game. And I wanted a Wii U for when that day came.
Mhm.
And then they did come out with an Animal Crossing game, and it was the only bad Animal Crossing game they've ever made.
Amiibo Festival, was it?
Yeah, Amiibo
Mhm.
Festival. And I was like, oh my
What was that
God.
game about? What was
Would-
it about?
Look how they massacred my boy.
Good idea, bad execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Terrible
I
take,
saw,
honestly, Sabrina.
yeah.
I
Terrible
respect you,
take?
but I respect you a little
Terrible
less now.
take? Okay, Jake. You ready to Smash Bros. Brawl?
I'm ready to. No, we're not. We're gonna settle this like civilized people over Amiibo Festival.
Well, you're gonna have to buy a Wii U, and you're gonna have to buy a Wii U for me too because I don't have one.
They're pretty cheap. Use my link in the description. Akari, it's an affiliate link. $50 for Wii U, whole set and everything. So
I don't know, man. Anything
Well,
Wii U can do, Switch
I don't
can
have
do
anything
better.
to you guys for that. Sorry.
Well, actually, all right, Sabrina. I was obviously being sarcastic about Animal Crossing, but I will disagree that anything the Wii U can do, the Switch can do better because
I disagree too.
the Wii U had a feature that the Switch can't match, which is the dual screens and having one thing on the gamepad while having one thing on the TV. And a few games took really good advantage of that.
Wii U.
I'm gonna not name all of them because I'm sure there's a couple of them that I think other people will probably want to say. So I'm gonna leave those. But one game I don't think anyone will say is Shin Megami
Tensei.
It's like Sharp FE.
Mhm.
It's like the Fire Emblem Persona combo.
One. Yeah.
And so if you like Fire Emblem, Sabrina, I mean, that would be one. It's on Switch, but here's the thing. I played it on Wii U, and I actually streamed it on my channel when it came out for Switch because I liked it so much on Wii U. And it is so much better on Wii U. And the main reason why is when you're playing the game, when you're playing it on the Wii U, the gamepad is your character's cell phone. So you're playing the game and uninterrupted, like when your gameplay, when you're moving on the screen, like you would in like Persona, it's more like Persona in the exploration and like Fire Emblem kind of in the battles.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
when you're playing when you're playing the game on the Wii U gamepad, the Wii U is your character's cell phone. So you're getting text messages from other characters like it was actually on a phone. And it was such a cool and immersive thing. And it's cool that like you don't have to go into a menu to do it. You can just literally like check your phone by like looking down whenever you want and like get these text messages. And there's other interactive stuff. And when I played it on the Switch,
Oh no.
Oh,
Come
Did you say
back.
combat?
there
Nintendo
you are.
cut it.
Oh, sorry. Did I cut out? Did I cut out?
Restart
Yeah.
that statement. Yeah, restart that statement. And then-
Okay, so when you're playing it on the Wii U, it doesn't make the game like worse, or when you're playing on the Switch, it doesn't make the game worse over.
Oh,
Oh no.
Like it's less immersive.
The ninjas are out there.
the ninjas are
Kill
preventing
them.
you from talking.
All right, I'm gonna say this: it's less immersive on the
I like it.
Switch,
I
which
like
makes it less fun.
Okay. Well,
That's-
you know,
that's
I guess I can understand where having like a screen here and a screen on the TV can actually be really fun. I could see that. And I could
And
see it
that
being
was
more
also it
immersive.
was cool to play DS games on the Wii U as well.
Oh,
you
shit,
had-
you could play DS games on the
Yeah.
Wii
Yeah.
U?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it on the
Ju-
eShop.
like
on the
like
Wii U.
how like the on the Wii shop. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or on the eShop, not the Wii
The
shop.
Wii U eShop. Yeah,
You're
they had
Yeah.
virtual console games. They had a lot of them.
virtual.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. Anything that allows you to like play older games on it, I think is really awesome. So, I can I can see how that could be enjoyable for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Miiverse is 38% completed. They're working on it, so it's good. And to answer some questions on the chat, there's only like a handful of games you can play online that are 100%, but they're working on adding some more. Just Ironfall, Friends. Is this Friends like the actual show Friends? Steel Driver, Mario Kart 7, Kid Icarus, Team Kirby Clash, Next, Super Mario Maker, Mario 8, Pokemon.
Mario Kart 7 was a 3DS game. Mario Kart 8 is a Wii U game.
Yeah, Mario Kart 7 is there on 3DS. Yeah, Pokemon Tournament works. Triforce Heroes, Pikmin 3, Pokemon Rumble World, Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, and something. Oh, they're working. Yeah, their version of Miiverse is called Juxposition. Blubbity blub. I don't know. It's there. Let's work. It's almost done.
Cool.
Yeah, it's on their website. If you go to what's that place? Pretendo.network, it shows a list of what the games that are compatible and how compatible are they, like in a percentage, like 100%, 50%, whatever. It's pretty cool. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the future.
I have great memories with the Wii U. I still own one, still play it sometimes. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, that's the game you were talking about, I think. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think there was just a lot of personality with that console. Like the menu, you know, had like little moving icons and stuff. The eShop had like music playing and like they would change the music, and I don't know, I just felt like it had a lot of personality. My favorite games were Captain Toad, Splatoon, and hot take Star Fox Zero. And I know that's like
Wow.
a game people talk bad about, but like I just feel like if you play it enough and you kind of like train yourself to look at the two screens, like I felt the magic of the Wii U in that game. Like that, like I got it.
I will say this. I have always kind of wanted to play the original Splatoon, and that I think was a Wii U exclusive title.
Mhm.
So it never came to Switch, right? Splatoon 2 came to Switch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
But-
I really did want to play the original Splatoon because it always looks really cool to me. I did play Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, but you know, I don't know if y'all ever get like FOMO about like you starting like a newer game and then you're like, I kind of want to go back and play the old ones too.
Do you own
That's
Splatoon
kind of, and I mean,
It's
I know that
worth
there's
it.
I'm sure that it's not as, I don't know. I mean, with recency bias, I don't know if I can say that it would be as good as the second or third one, but I still bet it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun.
To a man. So do you own Splatoon 3, by the way, Sabrina?
Do what?
Do you own Splatoon 3?
Yeah.
So there's a rumor out there. I'm not sure. I'm way behind because I know I've reading of the leaks and stuff they're adding maps. I'm pretty sure they already added the Splatoon 2 maps to 3, and then in future updates, there's another one coming where they're gonna add Splatoon 1 maps.
Didn't they add a couple Splatoon 1 maps?
Right.
Like for maybe like the Splatfests or something?
They
Am
did,
I
right?
crazy?
How long ago was
Or
this?
didn't they add Splatoon 1 maps?
I mean, I read
they
this
did add.
like 5 months ago, so I'm not sure if it was.
Yeah.
Because I could have swore I remember playing on one.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Oh, I don't recognize this. This is new." But I thought it was an Splatoon map from Splatoon
Yeah.
1.
There you go. Was it
Yeah.
recently that they added the maps, or they've been
I
around?
don't think so. I think it was a little bit ago.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just really like the characters from Splatoon 1. I liked the original 2 idols. I thought that they were really cute.
Yeah.
So that is one thing. I guess I do kind of have a little bit of FOMO from the Wii U days. Is I guess I did kind of miss out on Splatoon 1.
No, you didn't. You can still go back and get it. Buy a Wii U. We'll use a link in the description. Get the 50% off from Akari, and then buy a Wii U, and then use Pretendo.
I do feel like there's a lot of like false nostalgia for the Wii U though. Like the games were good, but a lot of people talk positively about it now, which is great, I guess. But like, man, if you actually had a Wii U, you were waiting like 6 months in between games. Like, and then the game would finally come out and it'd be like Scribblenauts. And you'd be like, well, I gotta wait again. So like I did like the Wii U, but we are spoiled now. We're getting like a major game every month, it seems. So that's one thing I will say, like not to be a downer here, but
yeah, but I agree with you. That's the reason why we're so right now we're like hyperventilating. Nintendo, where are you? Because we're like seeing a Nintendo fix. April is the first month we haven't gotten the game in such a long time, so we're like, where's the game, like, oh no, wait, Nintendo's getting ready for this too, so we try to convince ourselves that something is happening when maybe nothing is happening at all. We're just here like
Thunder Stash.
Yeah,
I like that. That's good. That's a
good.
one.
I like that. I agree. I definitely agree to that.
Don't forget, his body is ready.
Yeah, his body's ready.
I have to agree with all of you guys. So I got Wii U on day one, launch day. I've got every Nintendo system on launch day since the N64 back in '96. The release schedule was awful, guys. Awful. Droughts were nonstop. Worse than the N64 at times. And if you remember the N64, man, we got 3 games. Like within the first month, we had Mario Pilot Wings and then Wave Race. And then it was weeks or months for the next new games. And Wii U is very reminiscent of that. But I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it. Favorite games? Xenoblade, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker HD.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers. Mario Kart, we played a ton of Mario Kart. We also 100% of that. That was great. The shirt I'm wearing, DuckTales Remastered.
Nice.
Huge fan of DuckTales.
Right,
Super Mario Maker, guys.
Go like this.
I think Super Mario Maker had to have been highly innovative for its time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's way better on the Wii U.
It is. That's actually the best platform to play it on, right? I mean,
another example of 2 screens making actually a real.
You can actually like move stuff here and then.
Yep.
Super Mario Maker seems like it would be perfect, like literally perfect for the Wii U. Like I think that game was really made for the Wii U, intended for that console.
So, quick question for Thunder Stash. Listen, you had the Wii U day one. Do you think that the reason why the Wii U was so scarce between games is because it was basically fully backwards compatible with Nintendo Wii, and so there was that big library behind it? That kind of people, maybe Nintendo was like, you know what, they have games to play. If they haven't played this game, go play it or whatever. Try to push sales for Wii games on the Wii U, and so that's why maybe they wouldn't push so many games at once. With Nintendo Switch, it wasn't compatible with Wii U, and so that's what we got all the ports, and then we got all the stuff going on to begin with. So you think that had to do anything to do with it?
I think that could be part of it. I do think Nintendo was probably banking on their entire install base.
Yeah.
transitioning over to Wii U, but obviously we all know what happened there with the naming.
Yeah, and the nunchucks too.
Everyone was confused. I had friends back in the day asking me if I'm getting a Wii U and what it is. Nobody knew what it was, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
In my case, I'm like you. I'm an '80s kid, so I've had every Nintendo console, but the Wii U. The reason why I didn't get the Wii U is because I didn't get the commercial. I'm like, what is this? Am I buying a pad for it? I don't need it. I already have, that's what I thought. So I saw the same exact Wii remote, and I saw the little nunchucks that went along with it. And then the only thing I saw differently, because even the system kind of looked the same on TV, was the actual this thing. Was they put it on the floor, and then it looked more like
I can't stop it.
What'd you do?
I can't stop it. If I hit that button, it just keeps going until it's done. My bad.
It looks like an accessory to me. This. I'm like, I'll get it later. Yeah. That's what I said. I'll get it later.
And that's part of the problem too, is that the Wii had so many accessories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like tons. A lot of accessories I would never even consider buying, like shovelware crap accessories.
Yeah.
So I think when the Wii U did come out and they're showing a commercial for it, it just looked like another accessory for the Wii, like a balance, like the Wii balance board, right?
Yeah.
Like that system had more accessories I've ever seen for any console. I think we can all probably agree on that. I'm sure if we looked it up, that's what it would be. So
yeah,
there's a lot of issues, man. A lot of issues with the Wii U, but it had some good games. It just wasn't many. It really was not.
Yeah. That's why I'm hearing the rumors of like Switch 2 being called Switch Attached with 2 screens, and I'm like, are we just going back to the past again? Like, there's no way this is gonna happen.
Nah.
I know. I really don't want them to botch the name.
Yeah,
I think we can all go say that.
Yeah, the only talking about the Switch Attached thing was that the Switch OLED name was actually leaked in the exact same way from YouTube. But
yeah.
So Wii U, like, man, Zombie U is one that always stood out to me, and that was really close to launch. Dude, fantastic game. And like, I know they ended up porting it. It was an Ubisoft game. They ended up porting it to other platforms, but it was so much better because of the gamepad. Because like you had to like hack doors to get in, and the whole point of it being on the gamepad is you're supposed if you're in real life doing this with the zombies coming at you, you got to focus on trying to hack while also realizing that you're going to be getting attacked from the side. And the TV has that side view where you're sitting there on the thing trying to hack and deal with the zombie. It was crazy and insane. There was a whole bunch of different uses they had in the game for it. It was just a very... The thing about the Wii U I always remembers is a very unique concept that was never really going to be mainstream. I just could tell from the outset that it was never going to be like people... have a problem. I mean, look, there's people that come to my house and they see me with 2 monitors for PC and they think that's weird. Like, how can you look at both monitors? It's like, well, I mean, look, if you're a programmer, you know.
One eye look at one and one eye look at the other one, obviously.
Split it up, right?
Right, dude.
Yeah, cross-eyed.
You got to make sure
you're cross-eyed when you do it. So like,
no, you go wide-eyed and then alternate between cross-eyed and keep your eyes regular overall.
You have to be able to control one eyeball at a time. If you can't do that, just forget playing on 2 screens. You just don't have the skills.
So
you got to get good, bro. You got to get good.
Yeah, exactly. This is why Sabrina's on the fight. She gets it.
You does get it. So whenever I see that, like, people that aren't like super into computers or into gaming don't understand how I can have like 2 different monitors and multitask better, it made me realize that at a general consumer level, they're not really going to get 2 screens. Now, obviously, there's other reasons the Wii U wasn't like super successful or anything, but look, there are things I miss about it. Even in the Zelda games, which use it in the most basic way for inventory management. I mean, that's what a ton of games just use the Wii U gamepad for. Even that was technically still better than having to bring up a menu on your TV. And some games let you do it on the fly while you're still playing. So you'd be like on the screen tapping and dragging a gun in while you're still running around and trying to shoot people. That was really cool. The Wii U holds a very unique place in my heart. And the thing about the system is, Nintendo didn't deliver the games consistently all the time. The games they did bring, though, were just fantastic. Really, only Star Fox Zero was like an amiibo festival. Sorry, Jake. Those are the only two games that didn't really hit with me as much as that. And Star Fox maybe would have if they would have cut out the whole tank rover control thing. That was dumb. It wasn't even fun. But I just had a lot of fun with a lot of the games. I think I mentioned it before. I'm going to say it again. Xenoblade Chronicles X is still stuck on that platform. And it kind of makes me mad because it's a platform that wasn't successful. And yet the Xenoblade franchise is clearly successful to have 2 brand new games and the definitive edition on the Nintendo Switch. We need to get this game off of there. It plays a little bit different than the other Xenoblade games. And it is amazing. And I know there's apparently from interviews, there's some sort of internal strife where certain directors didn't like X. I don't really give a crap. Let's get this thing off that platform. I love that game. It's amazing. And some people still think it's the best looking Xenoblade game to date. So,
I mean, I think it really makes sense for that to be one of the last ports.
Yeah.
Like a swan song thing for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe like kind of like even when the Switch 2 or whatever it's called comes out, like a cross-gen title.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you losing it, Nate?
I love my new nickname.
The new nickname. I didn't even cross my mind to add them together like that.
Sabrina.
Y'all, my new nickname is the best.
That guy's good at
mine's
nicknames.
a 10 out of 10. I don't know. I think I come in second to Thunderstash.
I don't know.
He called me the Bricks, and I don't like hate it, but come on. I want something cool.
Hey, don't
that sounds.
Look at this. Daisy.
Did you do that yourself?
No, I didn't. It was a super.
Yeah, but like
Daisy Odyssey.
But let me tell you something about. Let me tell you something about Daisy. Okay. Let me tell you something about Daisy. If you were a girl back in the day and you were fortunate enough to play video games and you knew who Daisy was, your favorite was always Daisy. If you're a girl, your favorite was never Peach. Your favorite was always Daisy because she was the cool one.
Yeah,
she was like the more tomboy, like one that didn't always wear pink and have blonde hair. She was the champion for brunette girls everywhere. And so let me tell you, man, Daisy was every girl's favorite. Peach was all the boys' favorite.
Yeah, I got you.
Wario was.
You're right.
Yeah,
I like redheads, baby. I'm Daisy.
And me and Daisy, we have the same hair color, so I like Daisy.
I have.
You can't tell, but like I don't know if you can tell. My hair is not really red. I have a very, very small. I'm not ginger. Yeah, I wish I was. I wish I was ginger because I think red hair is gorgeous. But I do have a very small amount of red naturally in my hair.
I didn't say it because I thought someone else would bring it up, but was no one else a fan of Nintendo Land?
Dude, that game rocked.
I liked it. I have it still.
There's a channel called Nintendo.
That was like Wii Sports level good. Like that took advantage of the gamepad in so many ways.
Yeah,
there were like mini games, right? But like that was a great packing game. Like that was like the Wii Sports for the Wii U. I won't say it's better, but in some ways it kind of was. But it was way better than any of like these weren't even pack-ins, but for the Switch, they had 1-2 Switch. It was so much better than that. Mm-hmm. And you could buy it on its own for like $5 too.
Who played this?
You didn't get it as a pack-in.
So
remix.
Yeah, that was fun too. They have one of those.
That was really fun,
right?
What is that?
Yeah.
Is that a collection of NES games?
Did they make
really
two
cool.
of those actually?
They did. So this is they made one, I think, on 3DS because on the back here it says it includes NES Remix 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that a collection of NES games?
It's not.
You know how on Switch Online on some of the games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Nate's frozen again.
Oh no!
I'm gonna let someone else explain it. Steve, you explain it.
Yeah,
my computer is trash.
It's sort of like it's got some WarioWare vibes, but for Nintendo. Like you have challenges. It's more fleshed out than the WarioWare mini games, but it's a similar concept in that it's not like full NES games on here. It's different challenges, mini games,
Mhm.
using like the actual engines from these NES games. It's pretty interesting. And of course, being 80s kids,
Yeah.
when you see this come out, you're like, oh shit, I gotta get this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Can I just say thank you to Justin? I think it's Basil, or is it Basil? I'm not sure, but
It's Basil.
it's
Dude,
Basil.
been correcting for like a year. And then I made a joke about how close it is to Basil when it came up when we were talking about food. And he's like, it actually is Basil. I'm like, have you been correct me for like a year?
Dude, Justin Basil is just coming up with the best nicknames. I swear.
It's
They
Basil.
are so good.
Yeah.
We all have such
Also,
cool
Justin, I
names.
saw at the beginning of the stream you put in a bunch of bricked up emojis in the chat, so you're my guy.
Yeah, he's got a talent for nicknames, clearly.
Basil.
Hey,
I was gonna ask you though about Pretendo. Like Nintendo seems to kill the fun, and do you think they're gonna step in and squash
It's
this?
not. The good thing about it is that it's not emulators and it's not emulating anything. It's just providing a server to gather. So it's not like they're promoting ROMs or providing emulators, or it's just a server. So I don't know.
Providing
Where
an online way for systems to connect together, because almost everything on 3DS and Wii U is peer-to-peer. So
Yeah.
you just need the server to connect people. I think they'll leave it alone. Like, it's been around for a long time, and apparently they claim Nintendo is aware of them. I don't know how they would know.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been in contact with someone at Golan Harris or something. But I think because there's no way for Nintendo to lose money with this, they'll probably leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll leave it alone too.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't think anybody is like,
Who knows? Nintendo might just say, "Screw you guys! You can't have Pretendo fun."
And then it's a
Yeah.
Wii U. What 10 million consoles?
Jake's getting mad over there. He's like, "What Nintendo, those bastards!" I guess
No, I'm not sorry. Actually, yeah, that's what it is.
That's exactly what you're doing.
No, I have a hard stop at 10.
Yep.
I have a doctor's appointment in Boston in the morning. I will be here full amount of time next week. I did miss the Red Sox game and Jackson Holiday's Major League debut to be here on the show.
Ooh.
So it was important.
Yeah. It sounds like Andres
Don't be
Restart.
on.
A little punk. They've been the same team all year.
But yeah, I have Red Sox ticket for the entire first 2 months of the season, so I'll be okay.
heck
But
yeah.
Nice.
but yeah, I will be back next week. Love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Oh, well, it was good to
You're on,
see you,
man.
Jake.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Sabrina.
Never give up. Journey
You're
on.
Bye, chat. Stay bricked up for me.
Bye.
I can't do it anymore, Mike. It doesn't bother.
Hey, did you guys know that the Sega Dreamcast, you can still play Phantasy Star online?
We.
What?
damn.
On the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
It's
Gasp.
So
Hit me
you know,
right in the childhood with that one.
I know it's
Dang.
classic. So it gives me hope though that, hey, obviously Nintendo's crazy when it comes to using any of their stuff.
yeah.
But just the fact that the Dreamcast is still online, and I think it's a similar model, right? Is it peer to peer? So
think
I
so.
gotta imagine this should be good. The Pretendo.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that somebody's keeping Nintendo online services alive, because there's just
Mhm.
so many people that love it and actually will utilize it. So I'm glad somebody's doing it. I can't expect Nintendo to keep the servers going until like the end of time, So
Yeah.
like I don't blame them, but I am really glad that Pretendo is doing something about it and keeping it alive.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a small
Respect.
community. It's a small community. They only sold 10 million systems, plus all the systems that are out there for sale. Discount those, and so you have a little small niche community. They're just having fun with each other. It's just
And this is going to be like the height of it too. Like it just,
Yeah,
went
exactly.
down. So like people
Yeah.
are trying to play it.
Mhm.
Like give it a few months and it'll be really
Yeah,
nice. So.
Hey, did any of you guys and gals ever play Breath of the Wild on Wii U?
Nope.
Because I have it right here, and I made a point to buy this maybe a year ago on eBay. Because of course I got Breath of the Wild on day one for
Mhm.
Switch, and just like Twilight Princess, everybody played it for the most part on the Wii, but it's also on GameCube, and I have the GameCube version as well because
Yeah.
I think both those games are probably going to be rare as time goes on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it still sealed?
No, it's not sealed. The sealed ones were very expensive. There's a lot of graded ones on eBay. They're
Yeah.
being sold for, of course, an absurd amount, which
It's not worth it
actually,
to buy anything graded at this point.
nah,
Like
I'm
I
not
mean,
down
if
with
you can
that.
get your hands on one that isn't graded that's in pretty good condition, that's the only time I would buy. I wouldn't buy anything graded right now. Everything's so expensive.
I agree totally. And I actually kind of wanted it to not be sealed because I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? There's going to come a time, right, where I want to play Breath of the Wild again.
Yeah.
And I want to do
Yeah.
it later in life to where I forget everything. So it feels like a fresh experience. And then, so the next time I do dive into it, I still
Uh-huh.
have my Wii U. So I
Mhm.
plan on playing it on Wii U. And I got to imagine that obviously like the Wii U controller is going to be pretty nice for Breath of the Wild, the inventory management, using the map, like figuring out where all the shrines are on the map instead of having to press pause.
So I
Yeah.
have bad news for you.
What? Does it suck?
So the gamepad is not used at all. It is
That's so stupid.
No.
it is shocking. Like because I plan to do the
Why?
same thing. I plan and it was like made for the Wii U, and I don't get it.
That's
Dude.
silly.
So
That's
they don't
madness.
do anything with the gamepad. Like I'm pretty sure it stays blank, or you could like go to off TV play.
Yeah.
Such a weird thing. Like
That is
I don't know why
weird.
they did it. Like did Nintendo think people would buy the Wii U version instead? I
It's
just
so
don't get it.
weird. What a
Yeah.
missed
I don't like
opportunity.
that. That feels icky. That feels wrong.
Yeah, it does.
Like, why would you make it for the Wii U and then not use the Wii U functionalities? That makes about as much sense as a nun in a strip club. I don't understand that one.
But it's
That's
similar.
funny.
Like the only thing is, maybe graphically it'll look a little, worse compared to the Switch, and like I think
Mhm.
performance is a tiny bit worse. But yeah, I mean it's a full. But I was bummed too, dude, when I found out because I was searching like Wii U pad or Wii U gamepad like functionality, and it was like nothing. Which is weird.
So what you're saying is that this listing for Breath of the Wild Wii U for like $10, I shouldn't get it. Not cool.
I still think it's going to be collectible.
Yeah, I would still get it.
I
Yeah,
do
It's
want to
$10.
say something. I do want to piggyback off of what you said earlier, Thunderstash, and I know that that's not your name, but it's the most epic name I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
I like
so
it,
I'm just
actually.
gonna refer to you as that. I want to piggyback off of something you said. You said that you want to replay games when you're older so that you don't remember them anymore.
me
And
right
when you
now.
play through them again, it's like a fresh playthrough.
Mhm.
I gotta tell you, I was thinking about this exact same thing the other day, and not I guess I should say I was thinking about something related. And
Mhm.
that is that the first time there are very few things in this world that feel as good as playing a really, really good game for the first time. There's nothing like it. Like the feeling of wonder and the feeling of excitement and the feeling of like wanting to explore everything and wanting every experience and, taking your time with a game. Like I said, there's nothing else in this entire world like it. And I think that what you said, that is such an interesting way to kind of force yourself to be able to experience something like that again. And I think especially for games like Breath of the Wild, I think that that's a really smart idea. I don't know. I think that's really
Ah,
cool. I'm
thank you.
gonna do that. I'm gonna be like, let me just never play any of these games that I absolutely love for a really long time until I forget them entirely and then go back and enjoy them for the first time again.
Yeah,
It's hard to do. And I gotta say, I've been doing this for years, like I think since I was about a teenager, and I'll be 40 pretty soon here, and so I've been doing this for a very long time, and I do this with movies as well.
no worries, not so bad.
With
It's not so
movies and video games, if it's something I absolutely love, I pull myself away from it after I beat it and basically put it in the vault, knowing that I'm going to return to this later in life and not remember any of this. And I'm going to experience it again, just like it was for the first time. and it works. I've done it. It works.
So,
So, yeah,
so
you
you're
should do it.
gonna be 40. You're gonna be 40 now,
I think
right?
I will.
You're about to turn 40.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
So by the time you turn 40, that's gonna be every day after that. So it's like you play a game now, you forget tomorrow, you get to play it over again, brand new.
I know, dude. I hear you on that.
It'll happen for the first year, and then by the second, the 41, then you'll kind of get the hang of it a little bit. 42, you still not there yet,
Yeah,
but yeah, it'll happen.
I know. Time flies too.
Hey,
Every year that goes by, it goes by faster.
We were
So-
talking about Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, how the gamepad just does nothing.
And I just bought it, and then they
Both do.
they messaged me. I'm sorry, I won't be able to ship this game. I would have to cancel. I'm like, whatever, man.
You know.
They got rid of all the gamepad features because they were bringing it to Switch.
So yeah, I was gonna say someone in the comments said that they saw during a E3 presentation, which I saw the same thing. It was
Yep.
looks like it's a Lethal Loan.
I
That
think
the
it
map
was
was on the
Game Awards.
screen.
Yeah, the Game Awards 2014. That's when they showed the first ever actual gameplay, not a trailer. And it was Eiji Aonuma was sitting there, and like you would like when you were marking towers or like putting your little points on that, you would literally hold it up and physically like move it around. Basically, the Sheikah Slate was supposed to be the gamepad, but then they just eliminated all the functionality because they were making it a launch game for Switch, and they didn't want it to feel like it was superior on Wii U. So
That's right. That's right.
even though
Oh
it's
my god, forgot
launch,
about that.
it ran better on Wii U at launch, almost as if it was built from the ground up for that platform. We still haven't had a Zelda built from the ground up for new hardware yet. I guess that's the next hardware because the Zelda will be a launch game. It's going to come like mid-generation, and it's going to be literally custom built for Switch 2. That's going to be pretty cool. So 3DS. Look, I got nothing. I'll go first on 3DS because I don't have a ton to say. I wasn't really big into handheld gaming since I was a little kid. But I will note that I played the hell out of a game that a lot of you are going to tell me is a horrendous game, and you're wrong, and you should feel bad about it. Triforce Heroes. Played the shit out of that game. Not only did I make a walkthrough for it, I kept playing it after I made the walkthrough because I was having so much fun. Even though online people were all jerks and chucking me off the ledge. It's fine.
Don't say that.
Fine. I chucked them off too. I let them die to boss fights. Well, I took care of business. Anyways, so that's all I have for 3DS. I played other games on 3DS, of course. I had, Advance Wars, when they brought that one over, and then I also did some Fire Emblem on the platform. I tried a couple Pokemon games, didn't really get into it. Nintendogs and Cats. That might have been DS, but I don't know. It was backwards compatible, so I played it on 3DS. And then I'm trying to think if there was anything. Link Between Worlds, all the Zelda games around there I tried out. Anyways, that's all I got for 3DS for my fond memories. You guys take the floor. I don't care who goes first.
Oh
Who
my
wants to go
gosh.
first?
3DS games. Yes, the 3DS
yeah,
era was
It's
so good.
Wait, Eric, you owned a 3DS? What did you play on it? What's your favorite
Yeah.
game?
Dude, I helped you.
Yeah,
write your
you're
walkthrough.
right. You helped me with the walkthrough. I don't know if that was a
You know
second
what?
one or what.
Damn.
I have something to show y'all. I will be right back.
Oh, damn. Well, Eric, what's your favorite game on 3DS?
Oh god, I didn't play a whole lot of games. And Smash.
Smash for 3DS, okay.
And helped you with your walkthrough.
Yep.
But the biggest thing, not even a game, but Street Passes. Street Pass is freaking awesome. I really hate that they didn't have it on Switch.
And they had the Street Pass games attached to it. Oh.
Yeah. So collecting all the puzzle pieces, that was like a fun game.
So I'm gonna be honest here with the 3DS. I did buy the games. You see the games right here. Got this one. What is this?
Link Between Worlds.
And then I got the Luigi's Mansion,
Yep.
Dark Moon, and then I got this one, right? The entire reason I got it because of my eyesight, right? Legally blind, I can't play in that little screen. So I've never played 3DS on the actual 3DS or on a handheld. Well, until I got my Super Mega Screen. Before that, so I bought these so I can dump them and play them on the emulator, but bigger. And that's what I've been doing. I've been playing. I started playing this one. I'm playing this one right now on the emulator, but look, I'm buying it. It's legal. It's mine. Right? And so that's the entire reason I bought it because okay, I can buy the games and play them on the emulator. I mean, that's the legal way of doing it, right? And so, man, this game is really good.
It is very good.
There's this level that's so retro. I fell in love with it and how it ends, and and it looks like a 3D kind of 2D kind of thing, and it ends like the actual Super Mario Brothers on the NES. Really cool game. This one I want to play just because I want to play every Zelda game, right? I have to play that one.
It's so good.
And then Nintendo Punch, you're gonna like this one. And then Sabrina.
Hey, there's my favorite game.
But this one is sealed. Look at it, it's sealed.
Oh, sealed.
Yeah. They sold 5 copies.
I have a sealed one too. I don't
Look how much it cost me at Ross.
Hey, I would buy it for $5. I would buy it for $5.
That Ross dress for
Yes, it
less.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ross,
You can
the
buy all
most
kinds of
random
stuff at
pickups.
Ross.
$5 Wii U games at Ross.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You can buy all kinds of
I
stuff at
go
Ross.
to my local Ross once in a while with Yulia, and I never find video game stuff there.
Yeah, it's very rare, but
Yeah, you
they
can
are
on
there.
occasion.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I loved the 3DS era, and I got one of these. So
This is a short
3DS. Oh my gosh. I loved the 3DS so much. Some of the best Pokemon games came out on that, like Oris. Oris came out on 3DS. You know, the remake of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Mhm.
And one of the best Pokemon games, if you ask me. Pokemon X and Y. I mean, that's why I bought the 3DS. Why I bought that specific 3DS. Pokemon Sun and Moon. Some people say that one wasn't as good, but I have my own opinions. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Once again, I have my own opinions on that. But I put in so many hours into Pokemon Ultra Sun. I did everything that you could possibly do in that game. I got every outfit you could get, like the Nurse Joy outfit. I got that. Like, I completed the Pokedex. I did everything in that game. I spent so much time shiny hunting in that game. And that's not all. I played a lot of New Leaf on the 3DS. So much New Leaf. I don't even know how much New Leaf. I mean, because think, like, what was it? Nintendo Talk, I'm sure you know the answer to this. What was it? Something like 12 years between New Leaf and New Horizons? Something like 12 years?
It was like, well, they had like a big update. They had like the welcome amiibo.
Well, yeah.
update.
So they had the
I think it
welcome
was like
amiibo.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since New Leaf itself came out.
Yeah, I think it was like 8. I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm getting it confused with Kingdom Hearts 3. I just remember like wanting either, I don't know. But I played a lot of New Leaf. I played a lot of Happy Home Designer. That game is super freaking Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Actually worth a decent amount too.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I remember seeing that. But I've been a broke ass bitch for so long. I could never afford it. But like now, hey, dude, you have all these cool ones. You got any more over
That's
there?
the only one that I have. I also used to have a modified one to like record gameplay from, but I sold it a while.
Oh, nice.
That
but the
is
3DS
cool.
kills the Switch in terms of special editions. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh, it
I mean,
destroys
I do like the New Horizons one, but I just won't spend the money on it. I just won't. Like, I'm not gonna buy another Switch because I have the OLED. I'm not gonna buy another Switch until the Switch 2 comes out. But I do really like the New Horizons, like the green and the blue. I think is really cute.
Did I get borrowed?
Yeah. New Leaf. There it is.
Hey, New Leaf is on 3DS.
yeah,
Some reason,
How much is it? Let me find it.
should be like 20.
I'm
bucks.
spending my money.
wait.
Here I'm spending money without telling my wife. I'm gonna be so in trouble.
Yeah, I got multiple copies of games. It's weird. Yeah.
So
Heck
Sabrina,
yeah.
New Leaf came out November 8th of 2012, and then New Horizons was March 20th of 2020.
Can you imagine if
Okay, so it was 8 years. I got you. Maybe I was getting it confused
2.5.
with yeah. I think maybe I was getting it confused with Kingdom Hearts 3.
3DS, and this makes me cry because I can hold it in 2 hands.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
That's because in 2019 I had to sell my entire physical collection because I hit a financial crisis. So
I hear that. I've had to do that before. I had to sell my N64 because I had a financial crisis, and it's the worst decision I've ever made in my life.
I regret it. So, and just to prove how much I loved Triforce Heroes.
Damn.
Oh, I love
Nice.
the books. Yes, that's cool. I have one of those. I have a bunch of those.
So good.
I love the encyclopedias. The
Am I right?
encyclopedias are cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were just so many good games. And I didn't just play Pokemon games and Animal Crossing games. I played some other stuff too. I'm having a hard time thinking of it off the top of my head right now, but I played more games than just that on the Nintendo 3DS, and what I really want to do is I really want to see if I can find some copies of the Fire Emblem games that were out on the 3DS, because from what I understand, some of the best Fire Emblem games, Fire Emblem Awakening, some of the best ones. Yeah, are on the 3DS, and so I'm like,
this doesn't sell well, we're not making anymore. And I'm like, Nintendo never says that. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? So like, I even want to go. I want to see if I can find like some Fire Emblem games from the 3DS era, because I hear that they're really freaking good. Like the 3DS. The 3DS was the best thing to happen to small Nintendo handheld systems.
Small people.
Like, it was really cool. Did I use the 3D feature? No, I did not. No, I absolutely freaking did not use the 3D feature. I don't know. Did y'all? Did y'all use the 3D
I
feature?
didn't.
When it came out,
I use it all the time.
Migraines, man.
Face
I used to get the
Raiders,
worst
baby.
headaches. But then again, I think it's just because my eyes are jacked up. Like, I got one bad eye and one good eye. So
Raiders, I turned it off all the time because after because when I played
oh no, come back.
for
R.I.P.
long sessions, and when I play for long sessions, it kind of the 3D is just too hard on my eyes for long sessions. So I would always like turn it off. But I would always check out every game I bought. I would start with it in 3D just because I want to see what it looked like. And then I'd turn it off after.
Yeah.
And eventually I had the main system I ended up playing on eventually was a 2DS or LL or whatever they call it.
Sabrina, I just added in the chat a link which didn't let me add it, but I'll add it to the private chat.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
cool.
You can't put links in the public chat, Mike. Come on now.
No, I added it to the private chat. The private chat. Yeah, this is a good website where you can find anything there.
Here he goes. He's got to
Okay,
advertise.
cool.
Use the coupon code 50%.
No, I mean
Hey,
that.
I will too. Don't tell me.
Literally is the code. $30 off.
What?
Just the code when you click on the link.
Listen, when anybody on the cast uses that link, I don't know how to get it. I'll get.
I don't care. I'll use your code and give you a kickback. I don't give a shit.
Hold up, it says I got to.
The rising tide raises all ships, right?
Well, cool. Then use my link to sign up to Aura. Protect
Wait,
your-
it says you get $10.
It's free.
Hey, listen, man, I ain't scared. I'll use anybody's code.
Hey,
All right.
It says you get $10 and I get $10. So hey, we all win.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, rising tide raises all
Log in with
ships.
Aura as well at aura.com/Nintendo Prime, because there you can sign up and it's got a 14-day free trial. You
What's
get to
Aura?
protect yourself, eliminate your private details. You can also get password protection. Oh, beyond all of that, I just get $200 and it costs you nothing.
Can
Does
I
it
plug my affiliate?
Does it require a credit card?
Go
It does require a credit card.
freaking Mother's Day is coming up. Go to Wax Buffalo and use code Saffron to get $15 off premium wax candles.
Wax that
Oh,
wait.
Not that wax, Mike.
Whoa, when I heard wax buffalo, I was like, wait a second, what are we waxing?
I thought it was another wax. Now, like,
Wait, what was
Yeah.
the code? Why do I have to buy a candle? What are you
It's saffron. Just saffron. Yeah, go get you a premium wax candle for Yulia. I'm sure she would love it. By the way, I have to say this too. Yulia is such a beautiful name. Like, I have always loved that name. I had a friend who her older sister's name was Yulia, and I always thought that was so gorgeous. I don't know. I just had to say that real quick.
Please tell me these are scented because I will buy all of them.
Oh yeah, and they're good too.
They're cheaper than Yankees, so
You
And get 15% off by using my code.
Yeah.
now
Code Saffron.
grit wax it.
But no,
Wax on, wax.
compliment of my fiance. Yeah, no, so Yulia is actually an extremely common Russian name apparently, but yeah, she's from Russia. So
Oh yeah, Yulia is like the name of my favorite actress from Russia who was in the Avengers, the movie.
yeah. So, but dude, she's badass.
Yeah, I bet she is. She is. I don't think you could not be badass with a name like that. She's pretty cool.
She was
gotta
saying
be.
all morning before she went to work, she's like, dude, I'm a fucking badass. I'm like, yeah, you are. I don't know why you're saying it, but yes, you are.
Yeah, you don't disagree. Dude.
That's that vibe. You're in a good vibe right now. You kick that ass today.
But yeah, I think the 3DS era is probably one of the times in my life where I spent the most time gaming. I probably game less now than I did back then. Because back then I just didn't really have as many responsibilities. Like I still had responsibilities, but it was really just like go to work, come home, and game. That's really all I had to do. I didn't have a house at the time, so didn't have 5 cats at the time. You know, didn't have a whole bunch to keep up with. So I would just come home and get on the 3DS and play it until I went to bed. Wake up the next day, go to work. I mean, I was no life in it, maidenless ass 3DS and all day long. Like
That's awesome.
well,
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't necessarily maidenless. Because I my door only swings one way and it's not in the way of maidens, but
Well, look, the first time I played 3DS, I was naked. So,
Wait, what?
3DS has unique memories.
No. You can't just glance over that. Wait a second.
I'm not maidenless anymore, okay?
Was there a promotional thing going on?
Hey, you promote birthday suits.
And didn't 3DS have a camera?
3DS had a camera, yeah.
What are you doing with the camera?
Ew, let's go in the opposite direction of where this is going.
They had a selfie camera and a back end camera. I'm just
Nobody needs to see your back end camera.
I did not think that camera was made for that, Nate.
So anyway,
I have a good 3DS story.
Don't break into my.
We want to change topics.
Go for it.
Yes, please.
All right. So I bought a 3DS on launch day, and I don't know if you guys remember, but shortly after it launched for $250, it wasn't selling, and Nintendo dropped the price. Does everyone remember that?
Nate, it has pictures.
The ambassador program.
Yes. And so, of course, I got the 20 free Nintendo games. Does everyone know what the games were and all about that?
I don't remember them all. Some of them.
All right, I got the list right here. I pulled it up. So for regular Nintendo, you got these games for free just for buying the system on day one as an apology from Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah, this will never happen again. Okay, I was shocked. But they gave you Super Mario Brothers, Metroid. These are all for NES. Zelda, Zelda 2, Balloon Fight, Ice Climber, NES Open Golf, DK Jr., Yoshi, and Wrecking Crew. Solid lineup. Okay, solid lineup. But the next 10 games is where it really hit. These were the GBA games. You got Metroid Fusion, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Advance 3,
Oh, I love
WarioWare.
Yoshi's Island.
Legend of Zelda The Minish Cap, Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones, Wario Land 4, F-Zero Maximum Velocity,
Entire library.
and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, all for free.
Basically,
Wow, that's
still have it.
incredible.
Of course, on my 3DS here.
Can I have it?
And,
Well,
oh my god,
we know
it's so
who
awesome.
wasn't a broke ass bitch back in the day. I'm jealous.
I was working all the time.
Same. I
Yes.
feel you.
Favorite games? Definitely Link Between Worlds. Both the Zeldas for 64. Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Metroid Samus Returns, of course. This one, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. You had Resident Evil Revelations. That was great. Luigi's Mansion, of course. Kid Icarus.
Uprising, hell yeah.
So many good games. Seriously, I think I have probably about 30 or 40 games here for 3DS. Excellent.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with the franchise.
So what do y'all think is better, 3DS or Wii U?
3DS.
3DS. All day.
3DS.
I didn't have neither of them, so
I mean, I didn't have a Wii U, so I don't think I can say it, but I don't think I can actually give a real answer on that, but I just think general consensus, I think, would be the 3DS.
Well, the 3DS.
What about you, Mr. playing the 3DS Nugget over there?
I'm naked. It is what it is. Wait. So no, the 3DS, look, I probably put more time into the Wii U games, but the 3DS has a superior library and it's not even close.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, the Wii U wasn't as well supported by third party or Nintendo or even indie. 3DS literally was getting brand new games like 3 years into Switch. So 3DS is literally the superior system platform just due to the lineup.
Yeah.
So I really
so many good games
about
the
that.
DS backwards compatibility, of course.
Yeah,
was
sure.
Oh
really
yeah,
nice,
I
too.
mean, I've got
I mean, look, if we want to be fair, then that bumps Wii U a little
Pokemon
bit.
Silver.
It
in
does
it.
bump it.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
Not much.
Pokemon Soul Silver.
Oh, I got it.
I got it in here.
I got it right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey, what about
Yeah,
this? What about this? Chrono
Represent.
Trigger.
I gotta go get my stuff.
And hey, we failed to mention though.
Dragon Quest.
Okay,
There's two Dragon Quests on the 3DS.
No, it was 7. What's the other one?
It's Fragments of the Forgotten Past, and I just downloaded it actually because I modded my 3DS now.
Hey, there's a member of the Pretendo Network.
Yeah, I actually did it yesterday. It is Journey of the Cursed King.
Okay.
It was on on PS1, then remade on PS2, and then came out on 3DS. And
Nice.
3DS, from what I've gathered, from what I read, is definitely the way to go. It's the best version
What? What?
for Dragon Quest Journey of the Cursed King because of all the extra stuff they've added. And of course, having the second screen for inventory and whatnot.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of good late releases for the 3DS. You guys think that they're gonna keep? Well, they probably should, right? Like release Switch games while the next console's out. Like there's gonna be overlap. They're not just gonna like.
Oh yeah,
end
for
it.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right now, as we are looking at what we have now, the last 2 games are, well, last 3 games, unless Ocean, which is bad.
Hey,
Luigi's Mansion.
Wait a
Luigi's-
second. You just go, meh. It's literally like the next brand new game on Switch.
Meh. Luigi's Mansion HD in June, and then Paper Mario in May. Dude, next month is May. Can you believe
I'm
it?
gonna have to play Paper Mario. Everybody says Thousand Year Door is like the best thing since sliced
Yeah.
bread,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm like, what am I missing? What am I
Mario
missing out on? I need to play
Oh,
this
it's
game.
great.
Yeah, I
It's
love
a
Paper Mario
Mario
games.
You're
Yeah,
gonna love it.
yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm
Mario
totally
3,
gonna play it.
including all the other Paper Marios, including Super Mario RPG. It's literally the best Mario RPG they've ever made.
That's what a lot of people say that Thousand Year Door is like
There's
literally.
Jokes in it. There's a deep lore into the background of the Mushroom Kingdom. The combat's amazing. The boss fights are. It's just.
It's
I
it's
honestly
S
think
tier.
it might be one of the rare perfect games.
Well,
example.
I'm definitely gonna get that one because I haven't played any of the Paper Mario games, and I
Okay.
mean I've heard a lot of shit being talked about them, but not Thousand Year Door. I've
You'd
never
be
heard anybody
surprised.
say anything bad about it, so it's got to be pretty freaking good.
I
And
mean,
I'm down to play it. I'm down to check it
I
out.
play
He's
Origami
down
King.
to clown with that game.
I like Origami King.
I like it too.
But if we're talking about new games that are coming out, Grandma has not yet played Princess Peach Showtime, and she will come Mother's Day. I'll tell
Listen,
you that.
I played it today. Can I tell you what? Can I tell you what happened?
Grandma Saffron City TV. Let's do it.
Can I tell you
Yeah,
what
Grandma Saffron.
I want to hear.
True story. True story. I played Princess Peach today. I fell asleep.
Oh shit!
Damn.
It's not good.
Literally, I'm like, what the heck?
I got a few levels in. I got a few
Yeah.
like four levels up in the theater before I was like, dude, this is very repetitive and kind of boring.
I think that's I like the
I mean-
soundtrack. I like the colors. It's very colorful. I mean, like so much colors.
Very cool. I like the art direction.
Yeah.
So I've watched some reviews where people were like, the game was cool, but it just wasn't very fun to actually play. Like
Yeah,
the
it's not
gameplay
very
itself was boring.
It's not very
Repetitive and boring. You press the same two buttons the whole time, and like you get introduced to almost all the costumes like really early in the game, and then it's just on repeat the whole game.
Yeah, it's not for
Oh.
my daughters love it, but it's not for everyone. Just
I still think my grandma would probably get a kick out of it, but she does like Bowser's Fury, so I don't know.
God, that game is
That's a great
more
game.
hardcore. That's a little bit more hardcore here.
listen, that's my
But she
favorite
she
part.
likes Bowser's Fury and she wants more games like Bowser's Fury. Like the last time I was on the podcast, you were saying like what are some games that we would be looking forward to, Mario games in particular. And she said she wanted more games like that and more games like Odyssey. So I don't know if it'll be challenging enough for Grandma Saffron, especially considering that she also likes Diablo.
Did you play
So
Mario Odyssey?
The launch Mario game for Switch 2 is going to be.
Oh
right.
yeah, for sure.
I
Because
bet it'll be right up her alley.
I hope Bowser. I hope Fury Bowser comes back because that was like the biggest baddest Bowser ever. Awesome.
yeah, she likes it a lot. So so I don't know. Maybe I don't know if she would enjoy something like Princess Peach Showtime. Maybe she would enjoy it just to get through it like once, but
Yeah.
I think
thought it
she
was
always
cute.
comes back to the more difficult games.
It's a nice game. That's a good.
Yeah. Like once you beat the game, you unlock like more challenging stages or like challenging like things that you can do. But yeah, it's pretty easy game. I don't know. I kind of disagree about like it was just boring though. Like
What would you give it score wise?
like a high 6, low 7.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
give it like 5. Now,
I give it a 10.
5 for me is it's not garbage. Like it's not Metacritic style. 5 for me is it's an okay game. It's just not worth my time.
Yeah.
It's not even long. It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not a game for me. I feel like it's a game for people who never want to lose.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I died like 5 times in the whole
Yeah.
In the whole game.
I would give it a 10. I would give it a 10.
I love the art. Like I wanted to keep playing because I just love the art style and I love theater. So like having theater and like musical style and the sets are so cool. But it's like,
yeah,
man,
Good Feel is amazing. They make great games.
I love the last Yoshi game they made. Crafted World is also another stupidly easy game, but I never got bored while playing it.
Mm.
Gameplay kind of felt like it kept evolving as you got in, but the gameplay just doesn't feel like it's evolving. The more deeper I got into it. The thing is, it's funny because my very first stream that I played Princess Peach all the time, I was like, yeah, this is actually not too bad. And then you kept playing, I'm like, oh, it doesn't change.
Yeah, it's very formulaic.
Yeah.
Well, and it feels, I don't know, am I the only one that kind of feels like a lot of newer games have gone that direction? Like have gotten more simplistic or no, maybe it's just me. Nate, I'm gonna need you to stop making that face because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the burn just watching you. I'm getting indigestion just watching you.
I'm okay. That's a little burn on that one.
Oh,
All right.
Lord.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Some games are kind of repetitive.
I can't handle it.
Look at Tears of the Kingdom.
Acting like I'm a pussy because it burned on the way down.
Oh no, it's gonna. It's just it's gonna.
No, I'm
What
fine.
are you doing? Are you drinking alcohol?
This was nice rum. So like all these gifted memberships and stuff, any $10 or more thing I've been doing shots. Bama Hut's just coming in like a beast, dropping.
Oh man,
I can't even hide his gifted now, so I don't know what to do.
If I would have known ahead of time, I would have cracked one open with
I
you.
made the decision as the stream started. I stared down with all these mini bottles I bought for like So it just hit my channel's anniversary. Just happened 2 days ago.
Mhm.
It's kind of weird. My channel has like 2 different anniversaries. There's the anniversary when it was founded, then the anniversary when it became Nintendo Prime. Because it was founded all the way back in 2008, but we weren't really like serious YouTubers back then. It was a side thing to our website, Zelda Informer. But so we were celebrating the founding of the channel on April 8th. So I bought like a 10-pack of these mini bottles. I'm like, oh, maybe we'll go through them all this night. And then I had like the lowest amount of super chats I've had like in 2 years. And so I have all these bottles just sitting here, and I'm like, I got to get rid of these things. So let's just every stream. Hey, we're streaming now. Let's go.
Wait, and that it wasn't your actual birthday?
Down this shit and get crunk.
It wasn't your
Hey, when is everybody's birthday?
July 5th. This is mine.
May 7th.
October 12th.
November 24th.
October 3rd.
December 3rd.
Hey, we're birthday buddies, Eric.
Oh yeah.
All right. What's all of our signs?
Baby.
Taurus.
Yeah, we know.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Always.
Aren't you a Leo though?
Who?
In July? Being
July
born in July?
I'm still Cancer.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you know, like it's never like the whole month. It's always like
Right.
up.
Yeah, Leo's at the end.
I've never looked it up, so I don't know.
When were you born?
October.
Yeah, Yulia, I don't know. Yulia's is July 12th. She might. I don't know if she crossed over.
Nah, she's still a Cancer.
Yeah.
It's not until like the 20th.
As I said, I'm a Cancer in multiple ways. So it is what it is.
You know, I used to go to Zelda Informer.
Did
back
you
in
really?
the day.
Back in the
Yeah.
day? Dude, I was
Yeah.
editor there for a
Really?
decade.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went there back in the day. I don't know what I obviously I read Zelda stuff. I don't know if I was reading. Were you guys covering rumors back in the day?
We covered rumors and news and fan theories, and we'd also come up with our own theries. And we'd had
This was a great website back in the day. It was really cool. It's so funny. That was your baby.
Yeah, it was my baby. I put a lot of time into that thing while working full-time
Small
job.
world.
I don't even know why Yulia started dating me, because literally I was working 40 hours a week plus putting 40 hours in the Zelda Informer, making nothing.
I agree with Tulsa. My sign,
Yeah.
I'll take the sign. Oh, my sign is Tingle.
But yeah, that's cool. So you I appreciate that somebody paid the money to call you Flavor Saver, but I just have to call you Thunder Stash because it was epic. I miss the days. Where did the days go?
I like Thunder Stash.
But-
That's quality.
I think I think
Look, I will say,
I-
as someone who grew up my beard and mustache one time to like a length of like this, I will say it's very much a Flavor Saver when you have it. Every time you eat,
got snacks for later.
You'll find something. It's
Mhm.
always-
It's
I
true.
think that's really cool that you've been watching Nate since way back in the day. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very random.
And
Very
YouTube was a
right?
lot smaller
that
back
you-
then
no,
too.
then. It's
YouTube
crazy
was smaller and also harder to find people back
because the
then.
site doesn't exist anymore. It was bought by somebody and then they absorbed it into Zelda Dungeon. So it's kind of like weird that there's only a select few people that even remember that place existed, and yet it was literally like the second biggest Zelda website in the world and was getting like 3 million impressions a month. It was insane.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah,
you
it
weren't
was
making
huge.
anything from that?
It was way bigger than my YouTube channel in terms of the amount of reach it had and everything. It was crazy.
So how are you not making bank from that?
Because as you'll maybe don't know about traditional websites, and this is why they seem to be dying out, is the ads make you nothing.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
1,000 impressions for 25 cents, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
That's really good, by the way.
Yeah.
25
Jeez.
cents. Sometimes it's like 0.3 of a penny. So
That's
there was that.
ridiculous.
I eventually did start making some money. When the guy who owns Zelda Dungeon bought it, he kept me on for a year. He put me on a contract to keep running the website while he was figuring out what he wanted to do. And I ran the Facebook page that was literally a stone's throw away, like 20,000 likes away from having 1 million followers. And I was
Dang, dude.
that page, building that page up, and I would sell merchandise on there, and I was allowed to keep all the profits from the merchandise sales. So I would sell, and I was only selling official Nintendo stuff. We had 2 places that I could do affiliate links with that I would make 20% per sale, and we were just making bank, especially on Zelda stuff in particular, of course, but we'd sell other Nintendo things too. But yeah, that whole year, And the funny thing is, after I was let go, I'm going to say let go. It was kind of a forced exit, but we're not going to get into that. He kept me on the Facebook page, and that literally was actually my job, was just selling merch stuff and obviously updating the page, putting memes up, posting the news there, all that, all the way until 2019. So when I lost my job in at January 1st of 2019, when he literally just messaged me and said, "Yeah, I'm kicking you off the Facebook page. Now I don't need you by." I'm like, "You could have gave me a warning, thanks." I was making bank, dude. I was making like $6-7 grand a month. It was sweet. Now it didn't feel like it because I had kids and you got to pay taxes on everything, and I don't know what the hell I was doing, so I always end up owing a shitload of taxes every year. But that was a really hard time for me because that allowed me, at that time I was doing Nintendo Prime, the YouTube channel. That allowed me that freedom to kind of make content every day and do all this stuff because I was making all this money on the Facebook page. Booted my ass off, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit. Then I had a job, got another job quickly, I don't want to say fired, more of a difference of opinion between me and a manager on how they were running things. And the funny thing is, after I got let go, 2 months later, the company went under. So, because it didn't really matter. But that was when I was having a really hard time in 2019 because honestly, I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to build the YouTube channel up because we were growing. We just weren't where we needed to be yet, like we are now. But
I still think that that's incredible that you were able to build up a following that large. I mean that, and back in the day too,
you can't
because
even do that on Facebook anymore because now you have to pay for people to even see your content on Facebook.
Yeah,
that's
Facebook just
You didn't have
ridiculous.
to do that back in the day.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
yeah, you
And
have
I
to be-
mean, like I know that like back then it was harder to find new shit though back then. Like you may have
Oh,
gotten a lot of impressions, but as a user, it was hard to see anything outside of your bubble.
If
You
someone
know?
want to know if that page is still up, it absolutely is. Just look up Zelda Informer on Facebook. It's still there. The irony is they've kind of ran it into the ground. It's lost over 200,000 followers since I left, and they're getting like a very small percentage of the viewers I used to get. Now I know part of that's because YouTube wants you to pay, but also part of it's because when they booted me off and tried to replace me on the page, it was of people who didn't understand the community, understand what they like. So they were posting like random deviant art stuff that nobody liked, and it was just they kind of killed the page.
DeviantArt can be cool if
It
that's
can
what
be.
your
You just have to
community
recognize
likes.
the right stuff, and because I was with, and I told the guy who owns Zelda Dungeon, I told him, I'm like, dude, do you even understand this community? Like, I've been here from day one. I know what they like, what they don't like. He's like, I don't really care. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm like, all right, well, you own it, so.
It's so hard to build up something that large,
Zelda
though.
Informer is
Like,
very
I gotta commend you on getting there in the first place, though. That's
Zelda
incredible.
Informer was touchy for me because I'm the reason that site was worth.
You converted
everything.
that Facebook page to Nintendo Prime, right? If I remember right.
No, that
that
no, Zelda Informer one. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
get to
it's
keep that.
dissolved.
Oh
That's
no,
right.
that was one of the
Yeah.
most valuable things
That's
when you
right.
bought the place. Was
Yeah,
that,
that's
like,
right.
Yeah, no, I have a Zelda Informer Facebook page, but it's only got 50,000 followers, which is still a lot. But then again, Facebook changed their rules. So like when I put up a post, if you want your own followers to see it, you got to pay them money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
That sucks because
when they start doing that with Instagram, that'll probably kill Instagram too.
yeah.
Ouchie. Okay,
I-
gross.
I hope they never do it with Instagram, but I'm hoping they learn their lesson because I think Facebook, by the way, is still used by a lot of people, but it's not growing anymore. And I think that you have to recognize some of the mistakes you made, like forcing pages that built a following to now pay for their own followers to see content. Like, what's the difference between that and just buying ads?
Yeah, it's like you're paying
Yeah.
for your own followers to see your content.
Yeah.
I grew a page to 250,000 on Facebook, and I just left it. I dropped it because it doesn't. You put something, nobody sees it. You have to boost everything, so that
The boost is the pay method.
yeah, your own viewers can actually
It
view.
literally says, "Oh, we'll boost it to your own followers." Like, what do you mean my own followers aren't seeing it?
That's so dumb. I
Yeah,
didn't
it
even
sounds
know
like
that.
a trap.
Mhm.
Well, and I've been seeing a lot of like, I don't know. I don't know if Instagram does the same thing, but they do. They have the boost this post button, and I'm just kind of like, no. Why would I want to?
By the way, I just want to address this quick. John Cena put up an 8-bit link like on his Instagram or whatever, and everyone's like, "Was he just casting the Zelda movie?" Okay, Yeah, it's possible that he was. Also, John Cena is a well-known Zelda fan and has been posting Zelda pictures literally randomly for 2 decades. So
He's a huge gamer.
read too much into it.
Heck yeah. You know, a lot of celebrities like Zelda.
I mean, what would he play? Ganon?
I mean, it'd be something like that, or Goron, something maybe.
Someone in the comments said Tingle.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
It is really cool though to see that a lot of celebrities really like Zelda, like freaking Robin Williams, freaking Lord bless his soul. He named his daughter Zelda.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because he loved Zelda so much. And it's crazy too, because it's not just him, a whole bunch of celebrities really like Zelda. It's crazy the reach that game has. It's just like a beloved franchise.
He's not playing Link. Come on, people. Playing Link.
Not Link.
Imagine Link like a very muscular Link.
Look, if he's gonna bring the Peacemaker to the series, I'm good with that. I like Peacemaker.
I could see him being a Goron though.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I also maybe a king, Zelda's dad, or even the guy, the villain of the story, not Lex Luthor, the other guy.
But
so we're diving into lore of other things at this point.
I was gonna say, to get back up on topic though, I think it does kind of make me sad that because there were so many fantastic Pokemon titles on the 3DS, it does kind of make me sad that we won't be able to do like Wonder Trade or anything like that anymore, because that was such a fun mechanic. I loved Wonder Trading. I still do. I still find it's not called Wonder Trading anymore, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. It does kind of make me sad that that's going away. Like Pokemon X and Y implemented some of the best online features a Pokemon game has ever had, and they're gone now. And I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things where like I hope Pretendo can figure out a way to do the same thing for the 3DS without having to like hack your 3DS or like mess up your 3DS in order to utilize the online functionality again.
Yeah.
Like hopefully they can do something like what they did for the Wii U for the 3DS. That would be cool. And if or when they do, I will definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Because I think it's worth it. I think just having the ability to Wonder Trade is worth it. As long as there are other people using it.
I mean, the only way they could actually do something like that is, I mean, you would, if to get the full experience, there's a possibility you might have to jailbreak just so they can install their apps and then use their apps within the system to kind of features. But for online play, you don't need to jailbreak. You just change the DNS settings and point to their servers, and you'll be fine. But yeah, for online game community features, or even an app that requires you to interact with other people, you might have to download something extra.
Sure.
Hopefully they can get a way around it,
Yeah.
So let's move on to our last one. Man, we spent a lot of time on that topic. Dude, it's tough, man. Saying goodbye
It is.
to a beloved generation is very hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna happen to the Switch one day.
And
Yeah, cue the boys.
Stop
to
it. Stop it, Nintendo Talk. We have enough depression and anxiety going on in this world. Don't you put that on me, Nintendo Talk. Don't you put that on me.
Let me ease your heart, Sabrina. It is almost Switch 2 time, and it is now that the Wii U is ending. So imagine how long more would the Switch will be around. I think it's a more successful system with 150 million, 40 million units sold compared to that 14 million from the Wii U. So I think that at least 10 more years we'll still have the
also backwards compatibility might keep it alive a little longer too. So
yeah.
It's like if we get another decade, still whenever they turn off the services, that Swan Song episode, I will be pretty emotional.
Yeah, we'll be like 60 years old and still
yeah, I want to be like a 50-year-old man crying over this stuff.
What'd you say, Sonny?
What is it? Give me my old games back. I want 15 miles uphill my face to play my Switch.
It's like what you say? You're like pointing into the microphone.
So,
What?
what's going on? So our next topic, because we have this topic, then if there's any Q&A questions, you guys can submit Q&A questions with your super chats. You don't have to just change your names. You don't have to just buy me shots. You can actually submit questions. But what we're going to do right now is talk about Switch 2. You guys see it in the title, obviously. And this came across my mind. I've actually been thinking about this for a while. One, Mike Odyssey's brought it up a handful of times if he's been on the show in the past about how he somewhat still believes it's possible the Switch 2 could come out this year. And then Andres Restart, who was supposed to be on this episode, dropped a video today about just entertaining that possibility of Switch 2 still being here. So I want to make sure that we entertain this as well and look into things in an interesting way, because look, the people that are saying that Switch 2 is coming next year are the same people that told us we were going to get a Switch Pro, and are the same people that said we were going to get a Switch 2 reveal in March. Both things never happened. Conveniently, Nintendo changes their plans. Now, I do believe realistically, companies change their plans behind the scenes all the time, and they probably have legit information. And this is just more of an exercise than it is necessarily saying 100% that it's coming this year. But it's April. We still don't have that direct. Plenty of time left for a possible direct this month. But if it doesn't happen, we don't know about any games past June. Is it because potentially Switch 2 might be coming this year and they're just really waiting? They're milking every Switch sale they can get, every game they can release. Yeah. So could Switch 2 come out this year? And if so, what are the reasons that we think it could happen? And what would we like the launch lineup to look like in a 2024 holiday window?
Spicy.
Who wants to go first?
So, who wants to go first?
Right, there you go. Mike, of course.
Mike, go. Yeah, let's hear it.
Happening this year. I'll go first.
No, I'm just saying, hey, it's April 10th. Okay, it's April 10th. If we were to get an Indie World and a Direct, back to back, this week would have been the Indie World. Next week could have been Direct, right? Or maybe let's see, next week. Next week is already the third week in April. It's how crazy how time is just flying by, right? Next week will be mid-April already, right? We were just celebrating April Fool's Day the other day. And so if we hear nothing by next week, that's my prediction. If we hear nothing by next week of any type of presentation, could be an Indie World, it could be a Nintendo Direct Mini, whatever it is, I'm gonna jump on a Switch 2 train this year, because I think this is just another Wii U, not Wii U, 3DS little thing here that we're going through. Although Nintendo was the one who denied it and then presented it the very next week. But I think that this really crazy calm that we're getting before the storm is Switch 2 related. You know how they say it's too quiet? It's a little too quiet, And I'm looking. If you read Nintendo's Twitter yesterday, one little tweet, and then the day before, one tweet, when they're used to like 3 or 4 tweets a day, right? And their tweets have been way too repetitive about the same exact games over and over again. I mean, what else are they gonna say? They're gonna say, So even third-party developers are quiet, with Switch games. And so I think it's just, man, I am 99.5% sure that I think this is a Switch 2 year, and Mario Worlds or something like that was that big giant open world Mario game that we're getting. I am in the small portion of people maybe that believe that Animal Crossing could be a launch game, just because it's only the second best game in the Switch lineup, the best selling game. Oh, but it's because of COVID. Yeah, hey, because of COVID, it became the best second.
Don't do this to me. Don't do
it. It became
don't. Me and Nintendo Talk, we're about to buddy up, man. I'm telling you right now. We're about to buddy up.
Think about it. The second best selling game on Switch, and because of COVID, it got that much more fans. How many people are attached to that game emotionally, sentimentally? They will buy a new system just because they can get to experience that game that got them out of depression, that got them out of a rut, and made that horrible experience of a year so much better.
You know what? I will say that is a really good point you make, because what you remember most about the games that you play is not what happened in the game. It's not what the it's not the characters. It's how you felt playing the game. That's what connects you to the games. And, if you can associate any game with a really, really, really good feeling, that is really what keeps people returning to it. And so I will say, as much as I don't like to chalk up the success to Animal Crossing to COVID, I can't deny that COVID actually really did play a pretty decent part in the amount that people immersed themselves into the game and really got into it. Because I imagine that without COVID, Animal Crossing would be a game that would still sell very, 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 very well. But I don't think it would have got as widespread love and attention for as long as it did without COVID. And I gotta say, the release right next to Doom was chef's kiss. Just gotta say, I really loved the Animal Crossing Doom team up during that period of time. But I will say that, like, I hope that Animal Crossing does come to the Nintendo Switch for 2026, but why does it still feel so soon? Like, is it because I'm getting older and, like, time is passing by faster? Because whenever I was, between New Leaf and New Horizons, I felt like I just felt like it took forever to get a new Animal Crossing game. I mean, we went through the whole Wii U without a mainline Animal
Let
Crossing
me give you
game.
something. What if the rumor or whatever out there was 2028? Would you feel the same?
Probably not. No, I would probably be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
How long we waited between New Leaf and New Horizons?
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's really just a perception thing.
yeah.
Do
I
this
think
to me, Nate. 8 years. I don't think
I'm just saying that. Like, by the way, I doubt it's going to be 8 years. I mean, it could be if they think Animal Crossing is so big that it could actually be a big boost late generation. I could understand doing a 2028.
I would rather them not. I would rather them do 2026.
Yeah, like, I think they know that Animal Crossing is massive. It's a once per gen game. And I think the earlier in the generation it is, I think the better the long-term support will be. They won't drop it as quick as they did this time. So obviously 6 years is plenty of time to get another one out. We know that team obviously works on another franchise as well, but it's so big. I would hope that they're expanding their teams enough to handle both. I think one thing that gives you hope that 2026 could happen, especially for Nintendo Punch over there, is that they did stop the support for the game when they did. They released excellent DLC, which was basically something we had already previously had, but in a more glorious form. And that's cool, but then it just stopped. Like, it was like a hard stop after that DLC dropped. It took forever. It felt like
and
forever.
honestly, the DLC was also a little too late. Like, the DLC was a little too late for
between enough.
Yeah, it was too little too late for Animal Crossing fans, because we were like, where the fuck is diving? Why is diving not in the games? And so, like, it was too little too late for the Animal Crossing fans, and it was too little too late for the people that were starting to go back to work after COVID died down. So they were kind of like, man, I got my fair share of this game. I don't really care for the DLC because I'm probably not going to return to it, stuff like that. So if they do release another Animal Crossing in 2026, I would like it to be the full package and not give us old features in the form of DLC. Just, if you are going to include the feature in the game, just wait until it's fully baked in the oven and then release it, because I'm not a huge fan of playing something that's not fully finished when it comes out.
Yeah, what I think about Animal Crossing is that because 2020 happened and 2022 was an uncertain year still, right? We were still kind of, what's going to happen? Are we going to have another pandemic? Are we going to have another shutdown? I think they were kind of forced to throw, instead of expanding that DLC over 3 years, like they promised. They kind of just start releasing everything at the same time and rushed it, and just then there was nothing else. They rushed everything they had planned for the long haul too early, and then that left this huge giant gap. What I'm hoping to happen is that at that point they went to the drawing board for the next game, for the next system.
So
That'd be my thought.
I think it's funny that you're playing fireworks, because I was literally just about to say Animal Crossing 2020 was like a shitty fireworks show. It went off with a really, really nice bang, but then the canister fell over, and so they had to fix it for a second, and then it came back up and we got a nice big finale. But at that point, everybody was already in their car on their way home.
Yeah.
So I want to hear Nintendo talk and Thunderstash. I want to hear y'all's opinion on this.
Now, I think 2026 is pretty reasonable, because if you guys remember, New Horizons was actually supposed to come out in 2019.
Yeah, it was delayed.
It was like the best delay of all time.
I know.
So, and like now you only have one console you're working on, whereas like back then you had the Wii U, you had the 3DS, also like the Amiibo update for New Leaf. I don't think that was really planned. I think that was a way to like sell the Amiibo cards at the time, because they were like brand new. I don't see an Animal Crossing coming out like this year or next year. Like I think it's too soon. Like similar to the Zelda team, I think that the Animal Crossing / Splatoon team is like one of the most talented ones. Like Zelda games, you can't just like spit Zelda games out. So 2026, I think we could hear about it 2025, possibly, kind of like what they did with the last game, where it's like just like a Tom Nook cinematic, and they just say like now in development or like coming soon or something like that. Yeah, I think that's when it's gonna land.
I'm gonna be bold here. Okay, I have to. Nate knows me. I have no fear. I can live out the edge all the time and just kind of look over the building, Empire State Building. I'm gonna say we're gonna see Animal Crossing in the trailer.
Ooh, in like the reveal trailer.
The reveal trailer. We're gonna see Mario. We're gonna see Animal Crossing in the reveal trailer. We're gonna see Donkey Kong in the reveal trailer, and then we're gonna see Metroid in the reveal trailer.
As much as I would love it, that would be a little scary, because I think, once again, like I said, I'm really, really over Nintendo, and these game developers, or these production companies, or whatever it is. Bro, I can't fucking think right now. But not giving these developers time to finish these games before the deadline.
But remember, Nintendo's never had that problem. It's just Pokemon Company. But
right, but Animal Crossing did release not fully finished. So if we're announcing something this soon, I'm not interested in waiting 2 to 3 years after an announcement.
But look at Mario. But look at Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey was on the trailer, but then it was announced. It was released 8 months later, 6 months later.
Yeah, but the turnaround is so much more different for Animal Crossing, because the localization is so much more. Like that's what takes so long for Animal Crossing games to come out. It's not because the game itself takes a long time to make. It's because it takes so long to translate everything, because there's so much these games are literally dialogue based. So
yeah, but, I mean, we have AI now, so we can't really rule that out.
That's true. That's a good point.
I think they're going to use AI localization, and they have a team that overlooks the AI to basically double check it and make sure it makes sense. That cuts your time down dramatically.
That's a really good point.
They use it for Starfield. They were talking about how they translated and they used AI not only to develop planets, generate worlds, but also in the translation, in even dialects, and even some of the voice acting in other languages that they couldn't get a hold of. So it's a new world,
AI is taking jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And continue to.
I have a really spicy take that I'm curious to. So I think games like Animal Crossing, I'm trying to think of Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Splatoon, I want them to release unfinished. Like I want them to release at about like 60% done. Cause like, I primarily make Animal Crossing content, and if it wasn't for the updates, I really think people would dive into these games for like 2 months, maybe, and then they'd be out. Like, I mean, look at Tears of the Kingdom, a huge game like Tears of the Kingdom, never got updates or anything. You don't really see people playing it too much. Like people, And I feel like we're just in this like
Eric entered the chat.
well, yeah, that's true. Well, like, I just feel like we're in this generation where it's like attention spans are just so like
Yeah.
they're so gone. So it's like you release a shiny game, like that's cool, but I think people will be over it.
So
very
I
soon.
just think that the features from the older games should be in the
Yeah.
base release.
let me
And
clarify.
then if they're gonna add shiny new things to it, yeah, give us DLC. I'm not against DLC at all. I think DLC is great. I think it gives people something to look forward to. It gives people a reason to come back to the games. It gives people a reason to continue playing the games, even though they might be like, I feel like I've gotten my fair share of this. They might play it for a little bit longer because the DLC is about to come out. Like, for example, I know a lot of people right now are playing, are getting back into Elden Ring and probably played Elden Ring a little longer than they normally would have because the DLC is coming out here soon. So I agree with you on that. I just think that like things like diving shouldn't be left out of the
marketing
initial
things
release.
that we had in the last game as new.
Well, in a
Yeah,
way,
exactly.
if that's what you mean by unfinished, I think that's basically the model they chose to go with that game. And sometimes even prolonging a feature that you had in the previous game could be a good promotion for the next game later on. It's a feature you're looking forward to, even though you've had it in the prior game. They built so much into this game that they don't need that just yet, that they can introduce it later on in the game, in the life of the game. It's a good strategy because
it's not a bad strategy, but it's just something that has never been done in Animal Crossing, and quite frankly, didn't work very well in this go
I
through.
bet to differ with that one, because in my case, me playing Animal Crossing and me playing with my two daughters, we enjoyed the game that was our bonding game. We played the game from the very beginning. We didn't even know that we could swim or anything. By the time we got that feature in there, we were ecstatic about the feature. We were swimming everywhere and just grabbing stuff in there. We just went along with their release cycle, not thinking about the prior game. We're just focusing on what that game had to offer at the time. And I think that's what it is, what it's all about, you know.
I think that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point.
What the game has to offer at the moment in future releases, you know. I'm pretty sure they listen to the fans and say, hey, we're missing this feature from this game, and you have this water here. How about let's do this? Okay, they add it later on. But I don't think it takes anything. I think it adds to the game and into the anticipation, especially for new players coming into the franchise. I think that Animal Crossing New Horizon just literally boosted the cozy industry and cozy YouTube channels. It brought them into the atmosphere. And you know, I mean, 50 million. I mean, not 50 million. Was it 50 million? How many did it sell? 30 million?
I think 40. Was it 40?
44 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the cozy era. Like the cozy era Nintendo YouTubers just that was it.
Right.
So
what about you, Mr. Flavor Saver?
Yeah, I think, and this is a theory that I've had, because I think we've all seen the success and how it's paid off. And my idea is that I could see games like Animal Crossing and, of course, Mario Kart, just two examples, releasing much earlier in the cycle, and they're going to be evergreen titles. And we've already seen what happened. For instance, for example, releasing Breath of the Wild at launch turned into an evergreen title. Sells the system from day one till the end. Now, what's going to be different here is Nintendo. We got a really good example of this working very well with Mario Kart. Okay, now we all talked about the Wii U and how much we loved Mario Kart, right? This is the same game on Switch. We all thought, okay, yeah, we're getting Mario Kart, but we're going to get the other one later, right? Well, we never did, right? As we all know, but we got DLC. And the DLC added, 48 new tracks. I have the DLC. It's amazing. It's like another game. And they didn't screw with the engine. And they didn't need to. Because in my opinion, that's the best Mario Kart game to date. It's excellent. So Mario Kart, as we know, is the best-selling game on Switch.
Yeah, it is.
By far, right? It's an evergreen title. It's sold from the beginning. It didn't come out day one. It actually wasn't a launch title. It came out like a month or two after, if I recall.
Yeah.
But it's sold throughout the whole console's lifespan. It has all of the DLC that's continued to make the game relevant and it's given you reason to return to the game.
Mhm.
Why would they not do that again? Right?
Yeah.
Why would they not do that for something like Animal Crossing, where they're going to consistently release DLC? Not like a season pass, like some, of these games do these days, but expansions.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing with Elden Ring, like I beat Elden Ring when it came out. I platinumed the game. I love it. I'm very excited to return. Was it June 21st for Shadow of the Earth Tree? That's going to be fun. So that gives us all reason to return to the game, gives people reason to buy the game that have never bought it. Cause now we got this huge expansion. So I think Animal Crossing has a good chance to come out earlier, like within the first 12 months. So when we say 2026, I think that is very realistic. I don't see why they wouldn't, because you want to make more money.
Yeah.
It'll move more systems. It'll increase the install base. Then more developers come over. You get more third parties that want to make games for the new Switch.
Yeah.
And it's never guaranteed that all the developers will come back to the next system. We saw this with Wii and Wii U. It's never guaranteed. So like you gotta get the games out and build up that install base. If you build it, they will come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with the Switch being such a Renaissance console, I wonder if the Switch 2 is going to make as big of a splash.
Well, Nintendo to Super Nintendo. That's always, I think, a good example. And I know it's very old now.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys, I grew up with a Nintendo, and that was our first console. The Super Nintendo is amazing. I love it. It's very special to everyone. It's literally the Super Nintendo. It's the superior version of Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
But it sold a fraction as to what Nintendo did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we look at it the same way now, we're like, hey, switch to Switch 2. And what have we all hoped for? That the Switch 2 is essentially like the Switch, has all the great features we like, but with better graphics,
But what about
capabilities.
DS to 3DS though?
What the heck?
Yeah,
That was
same thing.
Really?
That tanked real bad. 3DS
the
sold
3DS tanked?
3DS
sold
is
like
actually the
crap.
worst selling Nintendo handheld of all time.
That's why I
No
got those 20
way.
free games.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
because they had to
did
chop the
that.
price down.
Yeah, so it came out for $250, and then literally within, I think, 3 to 6 months, they dropped it $100. And so to apologize to all the early adopters, they called us Nintendo ambassadors, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to give you these 20 free games."
That's
So
insane.
that's why they
what's
did
cool,
it.
these games you couldn't even access on the 3DS eShop at the time.
Yep.
They
And
hadn't
when they-
even come out.
and
So
when
it's
they
like if you had that, it's cool.
When they dropped the price on the 3DS too, it was the first time Nintendo sold the system for a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mhm.
That lets you know how desperate they were to try to turn that around. So
Well,
it is
we know how Wii and Wii U worked out.
like it sold 75 million. It sounds crazy, but that's how their handhelds are crazy successful. Like DS sold 150, twice as much as 3DS did. So I think like even when you look at the long-term sales for Switch 2, I don't think it needs to hit the heights of Switch. Like Switch has a chance to possibly hit 150, 160, maybe. But my thing is, and I kind of look at this like a PlayStation 2 situation. Nintendo can't look at the next system as we need to top what Switch did. No, you want to be consistently 100 million plus. If you could just do that every generation moving forward, you're going to be very happy and very profitable.
Yep.
And so, yeah, every now and then, maybe you'll have a system that peaks up like Switch did. But I think Switch 2 could legitimately hit like 100 million plus. And even if that ends up being 40 million less than Switch, it would be Nintendo's like third best selling system ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
like,
where I
they
stand as
can't
well.
be mad at that. Like it could even be the second best, if it gets ahead of Wii. So it's one of those things where the thing is, and I think why Switch 2 is in a more unique situation is one, there still isn't a lot of competition from traditional consoles. You are getting handheld PCs, but people still aren't comfortable necessarily always using PCs, and you don't get the exclusive games, right? So There are exclusive PC games, by the way, but they're not marketed by these individual platforms because none of these platforms own these games. Valve technically does, and they're just not putting anything out. We know Valve doesn't really make games that much anymore. So that kind of sucks, but Steam Deck is still awesome. I love these handheld PCs. I literally just said I was playing Age of Empires 4 literally like all last week. It's been awesome. But my big thing is that Nintendo has the games people want to play. You're going to get hopefully bigger, better, even more imaginative than we got on Switch, which is even crazy to think about. Hopefully some brand new IPs that slap as well. And they're potentially going to end up getting more third-party support than even Switch got, because there's a lot of third parties that felt like they missed out on Switch by not getting on board right away. And the form factor, I don't think, is tired in the community. This isn't something that people are sick of.
Nope.
People are really loving this. They just want a more powerful one so their Nintendo games can run better.
Yeah.
Agree. Some guy just literally hard modded his Switch to add 4 gigabytes of RAM and got Tears of the Kingdom to run at 4K. Now, granted, it was running at like 15 FPS, so it's not like it was playable per se. But the point was, it's like, man, that's how desperate people are to just on Nintendo official hardware. Can we just play Nintendo games at higher frame rates and higher resolutions? And that's what Switch 2 has the ability to give us, a more modern version of what people already love that doesn't even feel dated. Like when I hold this up, despite the bezels and everything, this still feels like a modern platform. It doesn't feel aged out of my iPhone. It doesn't feel aged out of the current technological world. So that's the thing, is Nintendo built a system that just kind of fits in. So you just keep advancing in that way. And I think Switch 2 could really be a massive success for them. Again, I don't know that it'll peak like Switch did, because Switch had the benefit of the pandemic situation that I think ended up boosting sales maybe by an extra 20 million or so than it would have done. But man, I truly think that Switch 2 is going to be another 100 million seller. This isn't going to be like a Wii U situation. See, we felt very lightning in a bottle, hard to replicate. This doesn't feel like a gimmick. This is what people want. They want to be able to play on the go and play at home, and they don't want to have to switch devices to do it.
Yep.
I agree. So this isn't motion controls. Part 2.
Yeah. I think that
people, the motion control, like they kind of Switch is like the amalgamation of everything Nintendo's ever done, except they didn't put the D-pad on.
Yeah, I would like a D-pad.
I would like a D-pad, or at least swappable. Like, I know why they did this, because you can use it as a standard controller. But I would like maybe even a swappable version where you can swap in the D-pad.
Like
that
would be great. Or something.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are saying that. I mean, I've said it a lot. Nate just said it. That 2020 is responsible for a lot of the sales of Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch.
I think extra 20-30 million sales happen on Switch.
Yeah, but think about it this way now. Those are 30 million more fans that got the Switch. Those are 30 million more people that just became Switch users that we can't rule out when the next system comes out, that they just continue to support the Nintendo Switch, right? They're not just gonna jump off and disappear with the Switch 2. They're gonna continue to purchase. They're gonna buy the next Animal Crossing. Maybe they've never bought a Nintendo Switch, and Animal Crossing was that Switch selling system because people wanted that.
Well, yes and no, though, because like the Animal Crossing, in my experience, the Animal Crossing fandom is very casual. So it's like
very casual.
Their Switches might be collecting dust or sold or like. So I do agree though that you have that install base, that brand new install base, but I wouldn't say like 30 million equals 30 million.
If the next Animal Crossing sells another 40 million, I will be a believer then that it is now a mega franchise. Like right now, I'm a believer it's going to sell 20 million plus again. Yeah. The 40 million plus, like it feels very pandemic driven. Right game, right time, perfect time. Everyone's looking for time waster games.
But
on the platform out at the time. But
then again, there are other games too. So
if it does it again, then my God, it's bigger than Pokemon.
So let's say that we gained
overall bigger because they have all the other stuff going on.
So let's say pandemic, we gained 30 million new users for the Switch. And to be fair, okay, so then 10 million of those 30 million, will proceed and
a good chunk of people who only bought Switch due to the pandemic that will now consider the next system for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So became Nintendo fans, real Nintendo fans during that pandemic. Then they didn't only play Animal Crossing, they bought Mario Kart was in every single bundle. they wanted
Yeah.
to give us. So they got Animal Crossing because I remember seeing a whole bunch of TikTok videos and YouTube. Well, YouTube Shorts wasn't a thing back in the day, right? Videos of people playing during the pandemic, playing Mario Kart, playing all these multiplayer games on their Switch. So Animal Crossing was a big driver because of the immersiveness of just you getting your mind away from what's happening out here and put it in here. But then so were also all these multiplayer games like Mario Kart, sports, Switch Sports, and other games that parents with their kids or siblings or even adults in one room could gather just to play games together, right? So
Yeah.
they might have bought a Switch because this is the only console where you can actually find those type of games and play them, with their family and friends at that point. So, I mean, I know 2020 was bad. It's horrible. It's the worst year ever in history. But when it comes to Switch sales, at least I could say maybe 10, 15 million people you could say became fans of the Nintendo Switch and we're able to, we can see them with Switch too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as much as I want to keep talking about Animal Crossing because I love it so much, and at some point, I swear, Patrick, we need to do we need to do like an Animal Crossing episode, damn it.
Oh yeah.
Because I love Animal Crossing so much. It's one of my favorites.
Announce a new one. There will be a big episode for it.
Well, I will be there because I love it so much.
Mother.
But I unfortunately have a hard stop, so I gotta get my booty in bed because I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and head out. But yes, you can find me at Saffron City TV here on YouTube, on Instagram. I try posting into the void on Threads, but I don't really like posting into the void. So I don't know. I'm still like, do I take the risk and get on Twitter? In the event anything happens to my YouTube channel, I do need to be able to contact YouTube. And if they're only on Twitter,
yeah,
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you mentioned that, Nate, and I've been thinking about that ever since you said that. So, but I'm scared because I'm just not prepared to be inundated with negativity. I need positivity. I need happy vibes in my life. That's why I come on the podcast.
Just follow me positive people.
Yeah, I mean, worst comes
So
to worst,
don't
you have to
follow
have
me,
an account. Doesn't mean you
please.
have to use it.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
have a
true.
Twitter
I mean,
account.
I do have an account, but I just don't. I
Yeah.
don't use it. So
Yeah.
that being said, I just know that a lot of communication, basically all communication goes on over there. I'm just not prepared for the toxicity. That being said, you can absolutely find me on YouTube and Instagram. I'm most active on those two platforms. I make videos about Pokemon regions. So if you like Pokemon regions, if you like big giant 4-hour long videos to take up half of your morning or half of your workday, come check it out. I've got a playlist full of stuff just for you. And outside of that, right now I'm taking it easy and just working on future projects. So there's still plenty more to come. So, but anyway, thank you so much, Nate, again for having me on the podcast. I always enjoy coming on the podcast. It's always a hoot. So I really appreciate you having me, and I really enjoyed the discussion we all had today. It was great to meet you. Thunderstash, I'm sorry, I've lost your name at this point. You're just Thunderstash to me now.
Yeah, it works.
85.
It was good to see you, Nate. It was good to see you, Eric. It was good to see you, Mike, and it's good to see you, Nintendo Talk. And I appreciate y'all having me.
No problem. I'll hit you up for the next month.
All right, I'll talk to you then.
Have a good night. Good to
See
meet
ya.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Sabrina. So 2024. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
do too.
Look, until Nintendo tells me otherwise, until we get a direct, or until look, there's nothing happening after June.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's where I stand as well. And I said that I think the last podcast I was on when we talked about Switch 2.
Yeah.
Until I hear it from Nintendo, it still falls into the category of rumor, of hearsay. And again, we haven't heard anything. So things are starting to add up. Like you said, Mike, hey, if we don't hear anything by next week, you're going to start to feel like 2024 is more likely. Like there's more hope there.
Yeah.
And
You know
that's
what
where
I-
I'm at too. It's not ruled out by any means.
I want to
The
hear
next direct.
There's
15,
one
15 more people tapping their screen to get to 150 likes. That's what I want to
Like it.
that'll be awesome.
Dude, we were like 200 plus all stream. Let's go.
Listen, so I think there's one more presentation that's happening before Switch 2, and this is I guarantee. I think I almost guarantee this presentation is happening, and it's a Metroid Direct. If it's not a Nintendo Direct, if it's not a Metro, it's not. If it's not a Nintendo Direct with any other games, it has to be a Metroid Direct. At least Metroid Prime 2 and 3, and then Metroid Prime 4, which will be like the Breath of the Wild game for the Switch 2, because it'll be on both consoles. That's how I feel about it. You know,
I'm in agreement.
I'm like a Metroid fan, but I'm not like a Metroid fan, you know? And if I was a Metroid fan,
I like that.
I'm kind of hoping the game doesn't come out on Switch, because like I don't want to Switch.
Dude, I think Andres restarts like starting to feel your vibes, man. He wants it to be on Switch, but he wants it to be a dual release with Switch 2, and he's very worried now that it'll just come to Switch, and we won't get that superior version when the system's coming out like right around the corner.
Yeah, it's like I don't think the Switch needs a swan song game like that. I think we're good. I mean, we have plenty of games. And if I'm Nintendo, yeah, like I guess that's it.
The only reason why I say it is because it's been announced.
Yeah,
they bring it up in every single meeting, right? It's like
and every meeting they don't bring it up. It's just in their future game list as TBA.
Yeah, so it's there.
It's on the eShop, right? It's literally on the eShop.
It's on the eShop.
I think so. Metro Prime 4 is on the eShop. I could be wrong.
I know it's on stores. It's thinking
or just like a logo or something.
Yeah. So I mean, it's there. It was mentioned. That's the only way. That's the only way. The only reason I say Switch and Switch 2, just because it's been brought up. If not, I was thinking about Luigi's Mansion 2 as the last game of Switch.
You can register your interest in Metroid Prime 4 and be emailed when it's available for pre-order.
Really?
That's officially what it says on the eShop.
Really?
Go register your email, and they will let you know when it's coming.
Does it say Nintendo?
On the eShop that says that, by the way.
Interesting. The next direct is going to be very, very telling. Like, is it a mini direct? Is it more ports and more like remasters and stuff? If that's the case, I'm kind of like on the 2024 train. If it's, has a bunch of exciting announcements, if they highlight Metroid and like, I think then it 2025.
I don't know. I just think Nintendo is gearing up because right now presentation season is happening. Summer Game Fest. From here on, I think next month there's that.
They could steal June with a Switch 2 reveal, man. They could.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
those rumors we heard could be a smokescreen.
Mm-hmm.
They really could set up by Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, Nintendo sends all the guys, hey, have your games ready for next year. Oh, by the way, JK is still this holiday, but we wanted you to shut up.
Yeah. Especially in the age we live in now where everything gets leaked, including
exactly.
Full games getting leaked on the internet weeks early, So I wouldn't be surprised. Nintendo would be the one to do that.
Yeah. I feel sorry for these leakers because they're being trolled left and right. But it's fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, we obviously don't know. And again, this whole topic wasn't to shed doubt on necessarily on the people that have said it's next year, because I'm sure they have legit sources with people with dev kits.
You guys are all wrong.
Dev kits for a long time. It would make sense regardless. Even if you think the platform's in 2026, it would still make sense for some developers to have dev kits. So it's one of those things where I look. Obviously, nothing's official until it comes from Nintendo. For everyone who tries to tell me, though, that there isn't a new platform coming, then you're actually not listening to Nintendo, because they have already admitted a new platform is coming. They're just not giving it a name or a release date or anything right now. So, but they've literally, all the way back in 2021, they said, Nintendo accounts are moving forward to our new platform in 20XX. They were just telling you right there they're working on a new platform. So, and they've said it. They actually repeated that again at their last financial meeting. So we know what's going on. And don't worry, the Thunder Stash is coming back.
Yeah, listen, it does say Metroid Prime is currently in development for Nintendo Switch. So
I do think it's been very quiet.
Yeah,
like you said, Mike. Like something feels. I feel it too. I really do. I'm not just saying that. I've been thinking that it's been so quiet. And I'm like, Endless Ocean, come on, man! Like it's not going to move systems.
Dude, Endless Ocean,
and I know they know that, but
I don't know why that game didn't come out. Dude, 2020 was the perfect time because everyone's at home, 30 player online, another chill game. Man, that might have moved like 10 million units back then. Now it's
would have
like
been perfect.
it might not even hit a mill.
I mean, it wasn't even in a Nintendo Direct yet either. It was in like a partner thing.
Partnership, technically a direct, a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'll be buying it day one.
It does look good. That 3 minute, 3 minute and like 45-second trailer they dropped that was pure gameplay, nothing
Dude,
else.
it was so good.
Dude, it was so relaxing. I just love ocean animal. I'm literally watching it. I had a video on my TV behind me, literally just looping like ocean animals, and I'm like, dude, this is like, I get it. This is a vibe.
Let me say it. Let me say it in whale. I will not.
All right, Dory.
Cue the
All right, Dory.
cue the outro.
I will be checking out the reviews though. I mean, I'm not buying it day one, but it's not to say I won't buy it. I'll check out the reviews, see what the vibe is, see what the people are saying. If
I will root for you guys.
It's real good.
I'll
I'll pick it up.
Swim safe, be safe. Swim safe. Do not eat before you swim. You have to make sure wait an hour before you play in the ocean.
And sure you unlock those treasure chests.
I'm interested how the 30 player thing is going to work out.
Yeah, they didn't have that in the old games, so I'm very curious how that's.
So like the Lego movie.
I mean, there's some explanations on the Japanese website. I went over it in the VG News episode, but I'm very curious, like how interactive it's really going to be. We'll see. I'm pretty.
I'll buy it when they release the DLC with harpoon guns that you can start shooting at each other at the 30.
Oh,
30
Oh my god, that'd be great.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Battle Royale in the ocean.
Yep.
There's blood in the water.
Isn't this new Monkey Ball that's coming out for Switch?
Yes.
Doesn't that have like some crazy 30 or more multiplayer as well?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought is, I wonder how that's going to run.
Drop all the crazy multiplayer, baby.
Yeah.
Time to do it. Whatever crazy dumb idea you had, drop it now and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna look like the Lego movie, like with the little choppy.
You mean like
I
how
think that's
Fortnite runs when there's more than 5 people trying to shoot each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
To be fair, that's Unreal Engine 5 now. It ran way better when it was just 4 on Switch. But that's all right. They had to update it because the rest of the game updated. All right. I think we're going to probably just call the show there. I think we're good on the conversation. Unless you guys have anything else Switch 2 related you want to add in. I didn't dive too deep into the possible lineup, of course, but you can always do that in another episode. All right. So we're going to go around the room then. I mean, I think the silence is everyone's just in agreement. So we're wait, Eric has something to add? What?
No.
Oh, I thought you were putting your
Thumbs up because we're good to move on.
Okay, cool. Well, we're moving on. This would be Q&A time, but we had 0 questions submitted for the first time. So it happens. No questions. That's fine. So instead, we're just going to go around, let people know where they can find us and what you have going on, any upcoming content you'd like to advertise. And then, yeah, we're going to call it there. So let's start with, I can't do Thunder Stash. We just have to. Stash goes first.
That's a great name, by the way.
Great.
I forget the user, but thank you for that nickname. That might stick, actually. But yeah, you guys can find me on YouTube at ThunderSteve85 Gaming. I do video game reviews, of course. I review new games, old games. My next review is going to be Contra Shattered Soldier, and that's because I reviewed the new Contra that came out, and everyone in the comments was like, you got to review Shattered Soldier. That was a game I had bought. I had it pre-ordered at Best Buy literally, I think 22 years ago. I only know because I looked it up when it came out. I don't remember that off the top of my head, guys. So I went back and replayed it. I beat it. I got my footage. I got to write my review and do that. And then next I'm doing Udian Chronicles. I might have said that wrong, but the sequel's coming out, I think on April 24th, 3rd. Udian Chronicles 100 Heroes.
Yep.
So I need to get that done next. But yeah, you guys can find me there. I'm on Twitter as well, ThunderSteve85, but I don't do much there except for follow Wario64 for video game deals.
And respond to DMs. Hey, when do you want to come on the show?
Yeah, pretty much. So find me at YouTube, ThunderSteve85 Gaming. Thanks, guys.
There we go.
Wow.
So we're gonna go over to Nintendo.
Oh man, yeah, you can find me everywhere at Nintendo Talk. This Saturday, I'm doing a 7-year anniversary of my channel. I started on YouTube 7 years ago.
Happy birthday.
Congrats.
But I'll be giving away a bunch of stuff, including a Nintendo Switch. So stop by. If you starts at 12, goes for 7 hours. So be live streaming.
7 hours for 7 years.
OLED in addition.
If I did that on the 8th, it would have been 16 hours.
Oof.
Dude, but I did say, hey, the channel's old enough to drive legally in the United States. So not old enough to drink yet, though. We got ways to go for that. That might be a kind of a big celebration. That might be a big celebration. Yeah, that might be a big one. The channel's old enough to have some fun. I might have to get a Nintendo Prime plushie at that time and start shoving it down his throat.
There you go.
Just run a tube in it. Make it a Nintendo Prime bong.
Just fill Mr. Pumpkin.
Just a beer bong that you just dump it down and I drink it. Anyways, sorry, I got too many good ideas.
Yeah.
Or maybe these are horrendous ideas. Maybe these are I don't want to live anymore ideas. Daisy Odyssey, what do you got going on?
I don't know. I just realized that Daisy Odyssey is because of my shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah, you just realized that?
I just realized. Yeah, I just now. So you can find me at the Mike Odyssey channel, YouTube channel. It's like it's neighbor to Nate. Although that's how I see it when I look at my YouTube channel. It's like Nate is right there, so I just click on it, and then it's like the neighbors. So we're in the middle of under construction right now. Although we have almost daily videos on updated topics when it comes to news, but every Friday night we have the with the nice little crew out there at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. You can pass by there and watch us live. Nate's Wednesday, I think Andres is Monday, and I'm on Friday. So like Monday, Friday, and Wednesday, podcast week. And then the Mike Odyssey show, which is still under construction, coming soon to a screen near you. We're pretty much a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
I love that. Pretty much a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff. It's an actual TV show. If you look at the Tonight Show, it's just like if you watch VG News, if you watch Gamers Nexus. Listen, it's everything. It's everything without Jimmy Fallon.
So it might be good then.
Yeah, it's like everything without Jimmy Fallon. Right. Just take Jimmy Fallon out and just put Mike Odyssey in the middle right there.
Damn,
that's it. And then
that's Jim Carrey instead, because that's who I'd like to host.
Jim Carrey, yeah, he'll be on the show one day.
He'd be great. He'll be on the show one day. Awesome. Mr. Bricked Up, what do you got going on?
I'm here, and we're 2 likes away from 150. So
Damn, come on.
I have
one like. Oh, now we're one like. We just got one.
Come on, people.
Come on.
As we watch it go down.
Yeah, it starts to go down. Yeah. Damn it. Hey, we hit it. Hey, we hit it. 150. Thank you guys.
All right,
nice.
So much.
Hey, that's what I'm not here. I'm not here next week. Bye.
Yeah, I don't think Eric is here next week.
Maybe,
might not be.
Possibly.
We got 2 episodes left in season 2, and then possible little rebrand stuff going on. We're kind of waiting to see. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. You can find the Nintendo Prime podcast almost everywhere podcasts are heard whenever I decide to pay the damn bill, because I haven't paid the bill yet for the audio version. My bad. That might not get paid for a couple weeks because I'm not paid for a couple weeks. I missed it. Whoops. Really important bill of mine. Whoops.
You mean for the Apple one? For the Apple one? Because you don't have to pay for the Spotify one.
No. It's for Podbean that spreads my podcast to everything.
Even Apple?
Yes, even Apple sends it to
really?
Apple.
Oh man, I gotta get it.
The podcast is down right now. You can't even find the audio version. It just doesn't even work.
No.
Podbean is bad?
What?
Is that what he said?
Oh my God. You know what, Mike? We got to end this thing right now. Hey, guys, let's go ahead and pop that outro.